All right. Who wants to start us off?
I would like to speak with the prisoner. See what her deal is.
She's pretty distraught. She has just had uh, a knife held to her throat and being held hostage, but she's pretty happy to be. She's pretty relieved to be. Well, not sure if she's out of the frying pan and into the fire right now. To be honest, you guys are
It's
rather.
fine.
You guys are rather blood covered, and Goliath basically is what pulled her away from there.
Hey, I know I look kind of like a monster, but I'm actually really nice. Just give me a chance.
He's
Yes,
like
sure,
easily
sure,
the
whatever you
nicest
say.
person in this entire group.
You should be more worried about literally everyone else on the ship.
So who are you? What are you doing on this ship?
Uh, does anybody here actually speak Elvish?
I do.
Oh shit.
I speak Elvish.
Okay.
There's a reason it's called common. Learn it. Come on. You're gonna be in my realm.
I
Learn
guess
my
first
language.
first I'll ask her if she
If you don't
speaks
want to learn
common.
common, get out of Faerun.
I'll ask her if she speaks common.
She does not.
Okay. I'll ask her who she is and what she's doing on board the ship, and I'll translate for the group.
She says that she's a sea elf and she had been out on a small skiff with a few of her friends down the coast. And basically, these guys happened along and killed the rest of her party and captured her. And she's been carried along with them for about 3 days.
Does she know why they captured her?
Because they had seen the ship, she thinks. Again, she doesn't speak common, so
Right.
she wasn't really communicating too well with the rest of the people here. Uh, but what she figures is it's a smuggling vessel, and she and her pals basically were out in a um, uh, in an area that they hadn't really been before, just kind of scouting out and playing around in some islands on an extended trip. And they happened to cross this vessel at anchor.
Mhm.
Uh, and then as soon as they got spotted, the vessel weighed anchor and came after them, and it was much faster than them, so it caught
Mhm.
up to them. Came alongside, started firing arrows, and a couple of the lizards jumped on board, and she was yeah, she was
Did she
spared.
say did
Not
she say
sure
that
why.
they wiped out the rest of her ship?
Oh yeah,
Skiff or
and
whatever?
burned it.
Okay. Does she have like a home island, or I don't know what a sea elf is. Does she have like a home island, or like some place to go back to?
Yeah, she actually is part of an underwater elvish kingdom. Um,
Okay.
sea elves are able to breathe air and water,
Okay.
and so she's able to. So normally, they half her people spend half their time underwater, half their time on the land. So
Okay.
um, they're kind of scattered across some islands, pretty far to the south. She and her friends had been sailing north for several days, kind of off on an extended adventure, um, exploring some new islands and kind of just pushing the boundaries a little bit. And then that's when they encountered this ship.
All
Um,
right. I mean, we
they
can.
got a bad feeling for the ship basically as soon as they saw it because it was kind of blacked out, and so they were like, "Well, let's just sail away." They were clearly spotted, chased down, and
Okay.
massacred.
We can figure out how to get her back, but we need to make sure the ship is secure first. So
Yeah.
she can wait here. We still have a
Should
wizard
probably
to deal with.
tell her to wait in the weapons room or something. I don't know.
She did. She does. She says that she had had some weapons taken from her when she was captured. Um,
The Wait, where was the weapons room?
Is this lower room?
Um, okay. I mean, I guess we could arm her. That sounds like a good idea. How about she just waits? Just have her wait here, and we're gonna go below deck to secure the rest of the ship, and then we'll come back for her. It'll be fine.
Alright. Uh, please tell her to not wander around the ship lest she wander into Darrell.
She's actually
Uh,
still wearing chains, by the way.
Oh, wow.
Well, that's good because it would have been rude to suggest putting them on. I just won't suggest taking them
Right.
off.
And so you stay put. We'll secure the rest of the ship and come back for you. Don't don't open any toothy looking treasure chests.
As as you guys are talking with her, Mana, being one of the only people that actually speaks Elvish, um, had been listening in, um, but rather distractedly, kind of paying attention to her backpack more than anything. As the throbbing on the thrumming sound from the bilge intensifies, um, Mana actually disappears upstairs into the captain's cabin.
She has a skull to stare at for approximately 3 hours.
It's weird that you know that.
I'm sure it will be fine. I'm not going to question that.
Yeah, let's move on. Okay, so
Warlocks are fucking weird, man.
yeah. Okay, so we have this bilge situation. What are we gonna
Right.
do about that?
Dole, you speak Orcish. See if you can get the orc captives downstairs to give up who the fake orc is.
Okay, but there are like what, 2 orcs, 2 ogres, and
Well, you speak like
two.
Orcish and Giant, and I don't know what's down here. You
Yeah.
speak Orcish and Giant, right?
Yes.
And there's a and I speak Draconic because there's a kobold down there, so it's fine.
All right.
Are there
We will
goblins? What else is
befriend
down?
all of them.
Yeah, what else is down here?
So most of them appear to be chained up by collars affixed.
Is anyone not?
to
As who isn't chained? I guess is the important question.
roll perception.
I think we'd have to get down there.
I mean, we can see in the hold or in the bilge.
I mean, I'm
We'll
gonna
have to roll
guess.
perception.
I'm gonna guess the
Yeah.
creepy one by the crystals is the one that's not chained.
All perception made.
I'm rolling. Jesus, hold on.
Assumptions gain us.
Roll.
Guess we could all roll. We're all looking down there.
I'll take Meat's word for it.
You have to tell me what you rolled.
I have a pretty good
15. 15.
So you notice that the collars attached to most of the collars that you can see aren't just typical chained collars. They appear to have some of the small crystals embedded in the collars themselves.
Oh, okay. They're like thrall collars or something.
And the collars are thrumming sort of in time with this pulse that's going back and forth the length of the ship. So every time the pulse happens, it starts at the rear of the ship, travels to the front of the ship, hits the crystals there, is amplified and comes back to the rear. Each time it hits the crystals, it kind of is held by the crystals for a moment, but that moment is decreasing in length. Every time it passes you're starting to see a bit of a shockwave moving down the length of the ship. Every time that shockwave passes one of the captives flinch and then roar.
Got it. And so these guys along the side are the captives, right? They have the collars.
Everyone appears to be doing the same thing, roughly.
Does that include the orc? Does that include the orc hanging out here by the crystals?
Yeah, there are manacles leading to them. They're the ones that are dead in the center. They're not really chained up as you look more closely.
The ones in the center don't. I mean, are we talking about these guys? Because
the dead fuckers.
So everyone has a collar on them except for the dead guys in the middle.
No, the dead ones in the middle had collars as well,
Mhm.
but they're missing their heads.
Oh,
Oh, okay. Um,
That's bad.
promising. So is this guy the only one that's not chained?
No, he's chained up as well. He's just not. He's got a little bit more Lee on his chains than the others. The kobold as well has chains. So there's um, the two ogres are basically manacled back, so it's not the chains don't go to the collars as you look more
Mm-hmm.
closely. The chains appear to be going to either a belt or manacles or something,
Mm-hmm.
depending on which one you're looking at. They're chained up differently. You might have to get closer to really tell.
Right.
Uh,
I mean, I don't think he could have disguised himself as an ogre or a kobold because I think they're different sizes.
Well, we can go down there and I can ask the orcs and giants which one of them just showed up recently.
I mean,
Joel,
they're,
see if you can get them to give up the evil wizard, or see if they can even talk.
I'm
Yeah,
sure they can
good
talk.
one.
I mean,
You got magic collars on. We don't know.
Yeah, they might be just insane and mind controlled, but talking never hurt anyone except me a lot.
it's fine.
All right, so we can open this. How we can get down there?
yeah, we open this thing and go
Just
down.
open this door
Yeah.
and go down. Okie
There's a
doke.
stairwell along the side.
I'll go down there. Open up and go down. Start going down there.
Wait, no, that was the first hold. I guess I don't know if there's a stairway down to this one, into the bilge.
nope.
This is
That's
a
just
drop.
hole, just a drop. Aren't we dropping right into the path of the crystals? Can we try to avoid that?
I don't.
You could try to time it.
Hmm.
I would. Yeah, I was thinking like if we're dropping straight in. I'm trying to.
Athletic. Yeah, roll athletic.
Wait, who's jumping?
Going in.
Doll
I
is
am
jumping
trying
in.
to jump in also, and I'm trying to get
Okay.
out of the way of the crystal path.
I'm gonna stay up
10.
here.
Roll the 10.
All right. Well, you don't hurt yourself jumping in.
Yeah.
I got 22. Athletic as hell.
You spring down very sprightly. The right now the pauses between the crystal emanations is still long enough that you were able to dodge it, Dole.
Yeah.
But you're gonna need to move yourself up north.
Oh Jesus. Yeah.
You can dodge it if you move.
So I stand in the middle of the thing, just slack jump. No.
Okay, I also jump down and
we're
in
occupying
hero
multiple
pose
spaces.
land. As I land, I shouldn't be far enough where I actually need to roll for damage because I have slow fall.
Yeah.
Instead of jumping down, can I use my action to like see if I can tell who the wizard is, like an investigation check?
Not from where you are.
Not from where I am.
No,
Get down here,
you're
coward.
You're too far away to really investigate much more than a cursory analysis of the situation.
But I like it where I am.
Get down in the blood hell.
All right, fine. I don't want to be in blood hell.
Hey, it
Well,
might
you
just
are
be negotiation hell.
Do I?
It's
What
friendly
am I
chatter.
rolling for?
Rolling athletics.
athletics.
Oh God, why?
Fall
Just
damage.
for the-
I
yeah,
think.
well, it's more like land.
Oh no!
No, I have lucky points and I'm re-rolling that shit. Let's try that again.
They're pretty great.
All right.
Oh no.
I'm
Feel
gonna.
bad.
I'll take it.
Your legs did not detach from your body.
All right, that was
Crystal
That
pulse
was-
in
that
midair.
was one of my luck points. I'm just gonna go with it.
I think that's wise.
We don't know
So as
what'll
you
happen
jump-
across the crystal streams. We're just trying not to.
As you jump down, you get a little entangled in the body of this kobold underneath of you. But somehow you manage to avoid impaling yourself on it.
Oh, good.
You seem very lucky at this time.
Better than the fucking 0, which Is that instant death? What is
Nothing down
that?
there.
You just eat shit. I mean, it was just a like an 8-foot drop into a hole,
Yeah, you just would have eaten
Maybe.
some shit. Is all.
and maybe done it at the worst possible time, or really
Something
angered somebody.
amusing. Something
Yeah.
amusing would have happened.
A
An
0.
additional extra negative effect is usually what they go with.
All right, I'm gonna yell out to some of these orcs
I
and
didn't know it was
ogres,
possible
see
to
if they
roll a
can
0.
Respond to me.
Hello, we're here to help some of you.
Hey, who wants to?
They
kill a
actually appear
wizard?
to have completely not noticed your arrival until you call out.
Oh shit!
Um,
Like
All
they're
our
in
thrilling
trees or
acrobatics.
they all turn to look at
Gentlemen,
you. They all turn to look at you, basically in time with the next wave through the room.
I
As the
look
wave
at
hits them,
Wu.
they all turn.
I look at Wu and say, "Move."
What?
wow.
Oh
Hear it.
So Gorjo jumps down as well, stumbles on the kobold, gets a little bit caught up on him, um, and manages to extricate himself from the situation a little bit more slowly than the rest of you, and is caught in the room during the next pulse.
Oh god.
no!
It was just falling. All you had to do was fall. Good.
Really good, except pipe rifle.
Gojo, as the
So good
pulse
at that.
passes through you,
I only get one.
you feel a little enraged. You're not sure.
Uh-oh.
You're not sure why or what, but suddenly your anger levels sort of seem to spike, and the air, your armor actually feels slightly electrified as this pulse passes through. As it passes, the rage basically leaves you, and you're sort of left a little bit shaken from the experience, and you'll have disadvantage on your next action.
I don't think we should have jumped down here.
But otherwise,
Seems like a
you
bad
seem
idea.
unharmed. The
Okay, so
Did you guys even have a plan for getting back up?
well,
Clambering?
I have a rope. It'll be
um,
fine.
you can
It's
either
gotta
roll
be
Arcana.
optimistic.
We'll stack some stuff.
15.
Okay. You notice that the orc next to you has not actually turned to observe Bob Dole in time with the rest of them. And that, in fact, he doesn't have a collar on, and he's been he's been kind of hunched a little bit more than the rest, and has been fiddling very quietly with something in his hands for
Uh-oh.
the past several minutes that um, you remember having sort of seen this, but thought it was just sort of a fidgeting action previously
All right.
when you were looking down. But now that you're standing next to him and you've passed your Arcana check,
Okay.
you recognize that he's casting a ritual and he's nearly complete.
I'm gonna cast suggestion on him, and say that we're here from Cold Corporate, doing an internal check, and that he should stop what he's doing and explain what's going on here.
You're from what corporate?
The corporate office for the cult.
Okay, roll.
And-
What is your
and-
suggestion?
Suggestion is it's a DC 14 Wisdom save,
Okay.
and I had a portent of this moment that he would roll a 7.
Okay.
You're just gonna say I was sent
I
by the
yeah,
head office
by the cult's
by your
corporate
boss,
office.
whatever that
Yeah.
means to you. Suggestion.
All right. So he rolls a
This
7
is
on
like a secret shopper sort of deal.
Yeah.
And
All right. So tell me what your suggestion actually is.
the suggestion is that he stop what he's doing immediately and explain what's going on so that we can make sure that everything is proceeding according to plan.
Okay. He kind of stops his fidgeting and the thrumming in the crystals immediately ceases. He looks as he's looking up at you. He drops his disguised self. Cheers.
Oh no, he's gone! He's a witch!
God damn it.
Cast fireball in that square.
No, don't.
Uh,
We'll all die.
I don't have fireball yet.
I do. No.
It's the only reason we're still alive. That no one on this boat has fireball.
Guys turned into a dog.
And he's
He
so
savagely
mad.
barks at. He savagely
He's so
barks
mad.
at you. So he drops his disguised self and says, "Wow, never seen a test like this before, but
Just feels
Normally-
really true for some reason.
Buddy, accounting is pissed about this crystal situation.
So I asked him to explain what's going on here. Like, what is he doing here?
standard protocol when the ship is seized. Did exactly what I should. There was a fight on the deck, and it looked like we were losing, so I ran down to the hold to activate the self destruct and kill the slaves, and I was going to escape.
Well, fortunately for you, this was all an exercise.
So it's all a hilarious prank.
Those lizard men really sold it.
I mean,
Right?
they did not pass the exercise. Their part of the exercise was to defend the ship, and they didn't. So,
Yeah, they totally failed. Although they did poke me a lot.
I mean, yeah, but you know, corporate takes these exercises very seriously, and it's sort of a live fire exercise, if you will.
Yes. Well, I hope that elf I shot remembers it.
So, yeah, speaking of elves, what's the deal with the elf you guys captured?
Fucking sea elves.
Right? Just floating around. Yeah,
We were
it's
just at anchor waiting for a visit from our sister ship, and suddenly this little skiff comes around the bay, and we had to chase him down. We can't have the elves knowing what we're doing.
yeah, they might go tell some fish.
Maybe you should have him cancel the whole self-destruct situation.
Seems
Well,
like
I mean,
he
I
stopped when he stopped.
yeah, he did because he's no
Oh, okay.
longer.
Yeah,
doing
the
doing
thrumming
thing.
has ceased.
Right.
All right.
So what do they use these crystals for when they're not blowing up the boat?
So
This is my
yeah,
first one of these. My first
Well, you
assignment.
can do so much with these things. Really, it's probably better if your wizard tells you. You gestures
Well-
to me.
Sure. What were you guys doing before the false flag attack here?
Oh, we were coming back to the. Well, we thought it was going to be a pretty normal handoff here. We were going to pick up this warlock, and he was going to bring along a different elf, not this one. And we were going to take that elf out. She is supposed to be a fucking expert on these crystals, so we were going to take her out, and then pass her off to the sister ship to take her to the Shattered Isles for some more work,
Mhm. Processing, right?
research.
Trying to
Like,
think of
where were you going to meet
the
the
evil
sister?
lingo.
Kid?
I don't know. The captain has all that.
Ah, shit, that motherfucker. By the way, is that guy? Is he a snake, or is he? Because he doesn't look like a snake to me.
They called him
No. They just got a bunch of funny names on this boat. Ship.
Yes, sailors have stupid names.
Right. Possibly
Is
not
it-
a snake.
Is suggestion like friends? Is it a timed thing that will wear off, or is it just that he totally believed the thing me told him and is now acting with that as truth?
You suggest
The precise
you sug-
definition is you are able to suggest a course of action that sounds reasonable. And then if the target fails a saving throw or pursues that course of action, you describe to the best of its ability and the suggested course of action continued through the entire duration. So, um, mediator's
Which is a
suggestion
while.
was to deep, and it's an 8 hour duration.
Oh, okay.
Mediator is
That's
channeling it the whole time, but it's basically his suggestion was, this is why I made him repeat it, but he's a lawyer. Um, it was to cease what he was doing and debrief the QA team. So he's continuing to cooperate with you guys, believing that you are the QA team. He is to debrief.
Okay, that answers all my subsequent questions. Which is like, basically, is he listening to us, or do we have to go through Mead, or is it just like that one thing and blah blah blah? So yeah, if he just
Well,
believes that we're supposed to be
if you
here,
guys do something that's
oh
explicitly
right,
wrong,
or really fuck up
um,
our
yeah. So there are other things that could break
he
the
is
the spell from his perspective.
yeah.
Um, where if you guys are acting in such a way that would just be completely out of line with what mediator has suggested.
Yeah. FYI, if the suggested activity can be completed in a shorter time, the spell will end when he finishes what he was asked to do. So if we have any more, so when
So
we're out
when
of
he
when
feels
we're
like
out,
he's
that
answered our
part out.
question,
when we're out of questions, we might have we may still have wizard problems.
seems
Wow.
like he'd just be more likely to figure us out after that. But let's not take the chance.
Take risks.
Well, the question is, I don't know how to ask this covertly in character, but are we going to let him live? I think we're all thinking that. I don't know how to get it across. Adam would use his telepathy or whatever, but what is?
So
Did we
while you're
discuss an
debriefing
end
this guy,
goal? Like,
um,
not really.
so while you're debriefing this guy, mediator is obviously paying close attention to him because he has to channel this spell.
Mhm.
The orcs and ogres that are down in the uh, village here have kind of slumped back and are now sort of either all sitting down or slumped against the wall, almost in a catatonic state.
Ask him. Well, I want to ask him what he was doing with the orcs down here.
He replies that per standard protocol, he was going to basically detonate the ship and kill the cargo.
What was he doing with the orcs before he
Oh,
initiated the uh, standard protocol self-destruct sequence?
well, the brainwashing, of course.
Right. Yes, of course.
Yeah. How are you getting on with that? They look pretty tired now. I don't know if that's a self-destruct side effect or not, but
Yeah, I think we were on par. There were a couple of them that were struggling a bit, but um, you have to let them loose every now and then to kind of get their rages out. Um,
How
most of
uh,
the
how
kobolds,
how
most of the
how
kobolds
far into
died for
the
that, but
how far into the brainwashing process were you when you weren't interrupted?
well, I think they had another week on them at least.
hmm. So if you don't get back to it, will it wear off? That's one of the things I never understood about it.
Oh, I think so. I think it's you gotta keep the pressure up. As far as I know,
Yeah, kind of
never
an
stopped it.
all or yeah, like an all or nothing thing. Okay. Oh, we better. We'll get you back to work here in a second. What else? What else do we need to know?
Oh, I don't know. I think
Uh,
what do I need to know from you guys? Do I get a passing grade here? I think I've been doing a pretty good job.
yeah, you got an A. Good job.
We should like check them for injuries and stuff and see if anybody's like immediately on death's door or anything out of these prisoners. Get them patched up.
Um,
Is it?
I,
I
I
mean,
don't know.
literally, like go around and look if they're amenable to that, and let me keep interrogating. I don't know if they would let people approach them or not.
What, the orcs?
Yeah, the prisoners. Like now that they're not actively enraged, I was going to see if any of them are
Where were
hurt.
these prisoners going next once the brainwashing was complete?
oh, we were gonna take them off to the main camp just west of town, west of Saltmarsh. There, we were gonna, the build up.
Right. Yes, that main camp.
God damn it! I know what he's talking about, but I don't think my Kenku would. Fuck.
Owned. Alright, I'm gonna try to talk to these ogres, see how they're doing.
Yeah, that's what I was
Alright,
going
we're
to try
gonna.
under the guise of like patching.
Yeah, let's tell them that we're going to debrief the prisoners. To
Just a spot check, brainwashing
Yeah.
check.
Yeah,
yeah,
see how they're doing.
The standard battery of questions.
Yeah, yeah, sure.
The Voight comp.
While all this is happening, I would like to just have my Kenku right here and ready in action. On the second he, I think that he is broken suggestion, I would like to attack.
Okay.
The first instance of, hey, wait a minute, he gets a fucking
Yeah.
knife in his ear. Yeah, that sounds like a good plan.
I think that's a good plan too.
Mine may have sounded sarcastic, but I think that is a very good plan.
All right,
Pretty solid plan.
all right, we're going to hang out with the wizard here while you guys debrief the prisoners.
Yeah, I'm just checking to see who is. Does anybody seem lucid? Does anybody seem more conscious than the rest of them?
This orc right here is blinking slowly. The rest of them appear to have, they're just staring blank, like their eyes are open, but doesn't appear to be anybody home.
Okay.
This orc is blinking slowly.
Hey, Orc,
Are
what's
they-
going on in your brain?
Yeah. We're gonna kind of hunker down and be like,
roll
"Hey."
medicine.
I'm good at medicine.
I actually have a +1.
I have a +5. That'd be
Get way back.
19.
Nice, because I got an 8. You appear to have some bones.
All right, Dole, you can tell that this guy is maybe actually regaining consciousness right now. The gems in his collar are still glowing slightly, but kind of they're still sort of throbbing a little bit. But each throb, the intensity of the glow diminishes. As you're kind of looking him up and over, he blinks extra hard and kind of looks up at you and goes, "What? Whew.
Hey, Orc, how you doing?
Just kind of a couple dudes staring at him. I won't say you're not in any danger, but I think you're out of the immediate danger that you were in. I don't know if he can understand us or not. I have common and undercommon, but I don't remember.
I speak Orc, so.
He seems to be looking at Bob Dole. He doesn't appear to be cognizant of what you're saying, Pipe.
That's okay. It was not very helpful.
He goes, been on this ship so long. Need water.
Oh, shit. Okay. I reach into my packet to get out my water pouch and pour some in his mouth. This way he's still tied up.
He gurgles contentedly, and says, they captured us and locked us up down here weeks ago.
Do you know how big was your group when you got caught? Was it just you, or were you in a group before you were caught?
There were 5 or 6 of us who left.
Okay, do you know everyone else in this bilge? Do you know those giants over there, or whatever the hell this thing is?
No, most of my friends are dead.
Yeah, I could see that. Okay, well, we'll get you out of here. Just sit tight. I say this in a whisper. We gotta kill this wizard. Sort of locked you up, so just stay there for now. We'll
Keep
deal with the situation. You can just keep sort of staring ahead. It's fine.
He sort of slumps back down to the floor like he used up almost all of his energy already.
Yeah, take a nap.
Sell it. Yeah.
So the wizard's like, so pretty good prisoners, right?
Pretty good prisoners. So
Solid
I'm
prisoner.
fascinated by these crystals, and I'm hoping you can tell me more about how you were using them for this brainwashing.
Well, you got to put the collars on, and then you gotta cast the. I'm not the best person to explain this, but you start the ritual, and then the crystals power the collars, and the collars power the brainwashing.
So how
Every
did
now
you
and then you've
activate the
got to.
self-destruct if you're not the wizard? Or are you the wizard in charge of these crystals up for this ship?
Yeah, I'm the ship wizard. How do you not know that?
I mean, like some. I'm not being clear. Don't worry.
I mean, listen, these back
Uh-huh.
office guys don't really understand how things are done in the field, so you got to bear with them a little bit.
Yeah, I just
Fucking
I
trainees.
pick up the heavy stuff. Don't worry about it. Just curious. Go back to like lifting, like put a chain up on the wall and like nod approvingly, like yeah, there we go. Okay, what do we?
Okay, so
What else
have
do
any
we
more
want to
questions
ask
for this
this
guy, or
dude?
what?
Yeah.
No questions.
As he was talking about Pipe being a trainee, he's kind of like, yeah, fucking trainees, huh?
I glance at
Uh,
Quill.
Will roll perception.
Oh fuck! That's a 1 plus 5.
Yeah, you're sitting there looking at him. You don't really notice anything.
Fine.
Yeah.
Are we all just standing around, like
Yeah.
looking at, like?
So he's like, all right, well, I best get back to it then. And
Bird, shank him.
Okay, I just attack.
Like, surely we don't need
Yeah.
self-destruct now that you.
Yeah,
know
I'm
it's
just
a
gonna attack him right now.
all right, give me a damage roll. Roll attack.
Roll attack.
But I'll let you roll with advantage because he's.
I mean, first roll is 15 plus 6, so 21.
Hey, so you hit him then. Yeah.
Yeah.
Roll. Give me a damage.
Where's my D8?
And the good stab.
Because he's pretty fucking hurt.
All right,
which is
two-handed
why-
staff. That's 7 plus 4. Do I need to hit him again?
Mm,
7 plus 4,
Yes.
so I do need to
You
hit him
still
again.
live.
So 11. All right, and then punch, and that is 5.
You miss.
What?
Wait.
No,
Oh,
I get
500
2. I have my normal attack and then a bonus action attack.
Yeah, then you have to roll an attack on that.
I don't think so, do I? Fuck, I don't remember.
I feel like
Oh yeah,
you
yeah, you're right. You're right.
roll
My
for an
bad. I don't
attack
know
roll.
what the hell is wrong with me. Yeah, sorry. That was the D4 that I rolled. So let me roll
Yeah, go.
So that is a 15.
That should be enough for his wizardly AC, and it is. So then you do the 4 damage on the punch.
The 5 damage. Yeah.
5 damage. Okay. That is actually just enough to know. You cave his sternum in with your final blow, and he crumples to the deck with a dying gasp.
This bird is way better than our last bird. Not that I would know anything about that.
We weren't from corporate at all. It was a trick.
As he crumples.
Just lean down. And, oh man,
All right,
The wizard
I'd be
tricked
so
you.
embarrassed.
all right. Let's see what this wizard is carrying.
It's another fireball. It's scroll of fireball, but you can't read it.
With my limited understanding of these crystals, I don't think anything bad will happen. But we didn't really ask him if it's safe to just take the collars off. I don't know if they're exploding. We got some exploded heads there, but I assume it's because they walked into the frequency or something. I
Maybe
don't
we
know.
should destroy the crystals.
I mean, we've
Yeah,
tried to
but
do
what-
that. Well, no, I wouldn't know that, but we've tried to do that in the past. It didn't do anything.
We could sink this boat. That'll destroy the crystals functionally.
Pretty
But
sure
the question is,
Hannah is in the
don't we-
captain's quarters, freaking out. Maybe
not
the
right
captain,
now.
He's,
I'm not.
like putting on a sailor's hat and going, I think she'd be
I mean,
upset
like,
if we
let me
sunk the
start
boat.
chopping a hole in the floor while
I mean,
we're
listen.
like, but maybe on the way out. we'd sink.
I mean, her patron is like the great old one, so maybe she'd be fine.
Maybe.
I mean, who's to say?
Anyway,
Might be
I'll
welcome
What's-
I'll go
what's
back
the-
to that
what's-
orc I talked to and untie him.
I'm gonna loot the wizard. Dole can do whatever he wants to with the orcs.
All right.
Yeah,
So,
I'm not gonna start freeing hostages.
all right. So you free the orc, and he goes, "Thank you. I've been a captive too long. I was out with my orc guards. I'm a chieftain of a small orc village on an island, and they rolled up in a raiding vessel and captured most of us, and killed the rest. They put these
Damn, you're
collars
pretty
on
far
us.
from home.
Yeah, I don't even know how I'd go about getting back home. We've been in this hold for so long.
We'll figure something out.
Thank you.
Are any of the other prisoners conscious enough to talk to or do anything with?
Is he the only
Um,
one of his? Don't find out if anyone else is pure part of his group, or if he's.
Yeah, are any of your friends still alive or are they all dead?
The other orc at the end is
This
the
one?
only one remaining from his group.
Alright, I'll go in time too.
Who's this kobold?
He's a kobold.
Are they still?
Do you guys
all
recognize
kind of
him?
Stunned or?
They're all pretty catatonic right now. Only that guy is really woken up.
Okay, but yeah, the question I think is, would we be like, oh my god, it's our friend, the kobold, or no?
No, it is not the kobold.
Different.
No, these kobolds are my good friend who was kidnapped.
He might be a friend of a friend. Sure, we should. I mean, we're gonna save everybody, but let's talk to him especially.
I don't think
Theater,
he's conscious.
you're going through the belongings of this wizard. He doesn't appear to have much in his pockets. It looks like you guys surprised them during a pretty. Everybody was basically in their own quarters, so he's basically just hurriedly thrown on his robe and wasn't able to do much before engaging in combat.
Right, that's fine. We can raid. We
Let
can.
the surge back upstairs.
We'll scour the ship for treasure. I mean, these guys aren't going anywhere.
Yeah, are we in any immediate danger nautically? Since none of us know how to sail. We're just kind of out in a calm sea.
The ship is anchored.
The ship is at anchor right now. Nobody.
Oh, we're in the bay.
Yeah.
The idea, or these guys thought you were going to come out and load load and unload shit from the ship.
Right.
And so they were anchored in this bay. So
Okay, good deal. We don't have too far to go for a rescue or anything. Do we want to take these people back to shore while one party sweeps the boat, or we sweep everything and get the fuck out of here together?
I think
I
we
don't
should.
know how many boats we have is the question. For prisoners and
we
party.
have the ship we
Right.
came on and this ship. That's about it.
Let's
I think.
leave these guys here for now while we do another sweep of the
I'll,
ship.
I'll undo their restraints. But just
We'll
leave
do
them for now.
we'll do a sweep
Yeah.
for treasure.
okay.
And also, I think we should go.
are
find
you
that
trying to
captain
remove
again.
their collars as well, though?
Should I? I don't. It seems like a bad idea.
Okay, how about when we closely inspect them?
I'd like to.
Yeah.
Let me inspect the collars.
Yeah.
Magic guy, inspect this.
Yeah.
All right. Roll Arcana. Well, move yourself over to wherever you are.
Where's?
Well, we were talking to this.
Who are we
orc.
looking at? Okay.
Pick one.
But that's
No.
he's our guy. We could ask him if he wants.
Maybe
I'm
pick
not-
one of his
I'm not-
lists.
I'm not gonna. I wasn't gonna. Okay. Maybe I was gonna fiddle with it a little bit.
Yeah.
Glover,
Well, are
what
there
you
dead
doing
guys who
during
still
all
have
of this
collars and
nonsense?
heads?
A few of them do, yeah. So
They just died of other causes.
some of them look pretty beaten to death, maybe a little bit chewed on.
So you could inspect
That's
a collar.
probably not collar related. Well, it's okay. I'm inspecting this guy and
Um,
his collar.
so how far is the drop?
Into the bilge.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like 8 feet.
Okay. I don't think I have an 8 feet vertical.
I do.
I look at Luther and I
Yeah.
like point up and just say throw.
Oh, yeah. I'll throw a
Ooh,
rope
goose.
and try
No,
to tie
no,
it
I,
around
I
him.
point I point at myself and then point up and say throw.
Look, it's hard to understand Kenku. I pick up the bird thing and toss him upstairs. I'll throw an athletics.
Yeah, roll athletics, please.
13.
Yeah, you do it. He's pretty light.
Oh, bird, you're
All
free.
right.
Give me an Arcana roll, please.
That was the 15 plus 6, the 21.
Okay. And Glojo, I haven't heard from you in a little while. Are you here?
Okay, while I'm up here, I'm tying a rope off onto the mast and then rolling it down the thing.
Climbing out of the build.
So we have a way out.
There's also getting out. Sounds like. I think Glojo's mic is really vulnerable to crosstalk. Like I hear him start talking and it gets drowned out. But
I think he said he was climbing out of the bilge.
yeah, that's what I.
That's
Okay.
correct.
All right. Glojo gets up out of the bilge with the Kenku. You guys have ropes thrown down into the bilge. Mediator is inspecting his collars. He notices that there is a second latch behind the obvious one. And that if you were to open the latches in the more obvious manner, the first latch would press very hard into a slightly different type of crystal. Whereas if you open it with the hidden latch first and then the second latch, the collar might come off.
Right. Maybe we'll try it on one of the dead guys first.
It's probably a good idea.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna try removing the collar on one of the less alive folks down here.
And how are you going to go about removing that collar?
I'll use the so open the hidden, not the obvious clasp, but like the hidden clasp first.
All right, sure. So you open it up that way, and maybe you hold your breath as you pop the large latch second, but the collar comes off in a complete fashion.
You did it.
I'm curious about what would happen if you opened one of these the wrong way.
Well,
Let's
Say what,
try
have a
with
mage
mage
hand.
hand somewhere.
I do have a
later.
mage hand.
Yeah, late
Let's-
or a string, but just later, not on a boat.
Hey, Doe, can we bring one of these guys along for science?
sure.
I think I was going to take all the collars. I mean, it sounds like you've got a contact explosive in there, so might be handy to have. Magical exploding crystals.
Well, let's disarm these on the guys that are alive.
Yeah.
All right, so
My hands
we'll
are so big and awkward.
we'll zip through that and say that you go ahead and decollar the remaining living creatures in the hold. They are all starting to wake up now, and some of them appear to be very well. As you uncollar the ogres, they just the first one kind of wakes up and just screams in your face.
I missed you. Step
Whoa.
upstairs.
Are we? I'm going to stand my
Ogre,
ground and just
calm
like
down,
sort of
please.
look at him. Like, yeah,
Right, we're freeing you. Stop.
Yeah.
Calm the hell down.
I get it. I'd be pissed too. We'll get him. Don't worry about it.
Look over there. I point at the dead wizard. Look, that's the guy. Why don't you go mess up his corpse or something? I don't know.
Just go desecrate his body. That's what you want. Right. Or you can just be
They
like,
do.
don't, yeah, do whatever you want. Just let us.
They
get
all
you
head
outta
over
here.
there and are basically tearing him limb from limb, and then eating the limb that they've torn off.
Good for him.
Respect. Yeah.
Hey, grab a couple of those collars for me. I want to hold on to a few.
Yeah, I've got a sack full of collars. All right, I think I'm going to leave the ogres in the village as well. And be like, all right, well, you guys have fun. We're gonna try to get us all out of here. So
These guys are all kind of congregating and talking pretty rapidly.
I guess I could clamber out because I don't
What are-
understand what's happening.
What? There's
Hey,
ropes
Intel,
down.
What are they?
You can just climb
ropes.
up. Yeah,
Yeah,
you're good.
Pick up the rope.
We did our work.
I mean, I'm not risking another athletics roll, so.
I like
See
your.
you later,
I
orcs.
appreciate your misty step out of there. It was good.
Climb the rope as well.
All right. So you guys are out of the immediate conflict.
Let's
You've
go.
got
Let's go find the captain and take him with us while we sweep this thing for treasure. I don't like.
Yeah,
I hope he's still there.
he can point out the best. Point out all the secrets in this.
All right, yeah, let's go check on him. I guess it's phase one, and then the results of that check will determine what happens next.
Well,
I'm
yeah,
gonna go check
go-
on Darrell and try to put him back in my bag.
Gojo,
well,
why don't you go check on the
Daryl's
captain?
pretty much cleaned out that room full of. Well, and there were some
There's a lot
pirates.
of
that you
dead
guys,
things in here. Now there's not.
Is the
and
boat? Is
remember,
the,
you guys let the pirates take the boat off the top. There.
Yeah.
is the gazer
Yeah.
okay?
Gazer's still okay.
Is he even
He's-
floating out
he's-
of? Is he even floating out of Darrell?
He's
again?
been chilling.
He was
The-
doing what you do with a cat when you're playing with it, so he was just kind of floating close and then floating away and then floating, just teasing Darrell the whole time.
Did that? Darrell, the Gazer's actually up in the captain's cabin.
Sure.
With Lana.
Let's-
Yeah.
Let's go check on the captain.
Go
I
talk
would like to
him.
make sure he's still there.
Do you mean check on the old captain or check on Lana
Oh, yeah.
Del Rey, current captain of this vessel?
Skull Captain. Captain. Gold.
Captain Gold Skull.
Lana Del
All
Rey
right,
is
Glojo,
indisposed, so
Glojo, you start dismantling the barricade in front of the secret door there, and you see that the captain is still there. He's a little bit blinded by the new the light kind of pouring in, and he's like, "Hello, new friend." So you stopped the thrumming.
Why is this guy agreeable again? Why isn't he mad at us?
he's mad.
He's mad at
Adam.
Captain Goldskull. Don't worry about it.
He's trying to bargain for his life.
Oh, there's that, I suppose. Yeah.
We're trying to get him to go back to shore with us. To sail the ship.
He's Glojo, can you move your mic just a little bit closer to your mouth? I think, or there's a setting in Discord about sensitivity. Your mic is basically cutting out just a little, like in between words almost. It makes it a little bit hard to catch a whole sentence.
Sounds like you're a Kenku.
And what?
Kinky
Bird.
Kenku.
Hey, could the group of us plus the captain and the elf all fit in the little boat that we came across on?
Probably.
Yes.
Go back to
Considering it's
shore.
made for moving cargo, and we just dumped all the cargo, so yeah.
I think we should knock out the captain and turn him into the authorities back in town.
Mm.
I think we should just keep him where he is. He's fine.
There could be a bounty on him.
Yeah, like I expect there would be.
We take him back to shore, but we don't need to knock him out.
I fully trust in Lana's ability to steer this ship and be a good captain. So
No,
I
remember,
don't think.
It is Mana Del Rey. I think I just straight up said Lana Del Rey last time. But it is
Whatever.
fun, and we can never
Yes.
forget that.
So your plan is
Well, because this ship doesn't go to shore, right? It's too big. Isn't that the
It can't
whole
go
point
to a
of
port.
it? Yeah, but like for us to get to shore, it would probably be a small boat.
I mean,
Probably.
listen, if we actually needed this boat to take it anywhere, I bet we could hire a captain in town.
Oh
One that
yeah, it's our
isn't-
boat now. I just
Yeah,
mean we should get off and go to shore probably via lifeboat first.
one that isn't
I don't
a
know.
treacherous pirate captain.
I think we should take the ship back to Saltmarsh.
Who I'm pretty sure I've seen his poster at the post office, and I think we should take him back.
Let's have the captain. Let's have Snake Eyes guide us back to Saltmarsh, and then we can do whatever we want with him there.
Yeah, I think let's get. Well,
Take the full
what are we
ship.
gonna do with these ogres? We can't just be like, hey, here's town, have fun.
Well, I mean, I don't know what else we can do with them.
Do you think can they get out of the bilge on their own?
I mean, the rope's still there for now, at least.
Nobody took the rope up. So.
God damn it!
Well, they are neither our friends nor our prisoners, so they're
Look,
kind of
I directed
not
their
our
anger in the right direction. They'll be fine.
I'm gonna pull up this rope for now while we are securing the rest of the ship.
Just sort of real casually. Hey guys,
Yeah.
don't mind me. Oops. Pulling that back up there.
You pull the rope up, but you realize that the ogres are probably at eye level with them.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I wasn't like I thought about pulling the ropes up, but I was like, well, the only people who come up are probably the orcs. I'm not really worried about them. They seem to understand what's going on. The ogres can probably just pull themselves up.
Maybe I'll leave the rope where it is.
Yeah.
Maybe you should leave the rope where it is.
I'm gonna leave the rope
The
where it
rope
is.
like just dangles back down.
I mean, this is our ship, and we do need a crew.
I mean, we are the crew.
I know, but we have orc friends and ogre friends. How much? Why not?
I mean,
I don't know how much these
friends-
orcs and ogres know about sailing. But
I mean,
Sure.
ogre friend is maybe a little strong.
Okay, we have orc acquaintances and ogres that are in the bilge.
ogre frenemies.
Those ogres seem very angry, and
Yeah, so is everyone in this damn party. It's fine.
No.
They'll fit in perfect.
Anyway, so are we going to take the small boat and leave this one here anchored, or are we going to take the ship to Saltmarsh?
I think we should take the ship.
I don't. Well, I mean, unless anyone else knows how to actually drive the ship, I don't know if we can. I don't know how inclined the captain will be to take us back to Saltmarsh. I guess we could have him
I guess
take
really
us back to
the-
Saltmarsh and then knock him out. And
The question
Fine,
ultimately is how much does the Kenku know about sailing?
how much does the Kenku know about sailing?
Yeah, Bringer.
So the
How's
Kenku
your-
is definitely has some experience on vessels. Not generally this size. This is a pretty big ship, but enough of a concept that he could probably get this thing moving and put it in the right direction.
So we can crash into Saltmarsh, is what you're saying.
It's like the end of Speed 2 cruise control.
Where's your water vehicle's proficiency?
Hey, this was all added by Bringer. I hadn't planned for this, so none.
Yeah, he doesn't really have a lot of proficiency. He's got enough to point you in the right direction.
But not enough to use a proficiency bonus.
Right.
That's fair.
Look, it's a ship. It's got some sails. You roll them up and down, and then there's a wheel, and you spin it around to go. Yeah,
All right. Well,
it'll be fine. It's not rocket science. I'm sure it will be fine.
It's like
Well,
Sea of Thieves. It's really easy to get going, but if you want
Whatever a
to hit
rocket
land,
is.
you just run into it. It's fine.
I would like to
Yeah.
case. I would like to start
mediator
casing.
roll perception,
Oh,
and Dole roll perception.
I don't
I
like
love to
that.
perceive things.
Ooh, that's a pretty good roll, Neve.
19.
So you remember that you were talking to the sea elf who said that she had been sailing on a vessel.
Oh,
Mediator.
Hi.
there you
Well,
go.
Joel, you remember that you were talking to an orc who said that he lived on an island. Okay.
Sounds to me,
anyway,
sounds to me like we
continue.
can. Sounds to me like we can tie up the pirate captain.
Just thought I might speed up some of that
Listen,
conversation.
there's got to be some kind of reward for this guy.
I like the looking into the room, making sure he's still there, him saying hi, friends, and then us barricading the door immediately.
All right.
Look,
I
he's
would-
a slaver. It's
Who has the
Can't be
best
as
inspiration? Is that a thing?
Inspiration is something that the GM gives you, but none of us have
I
it.
would-
For
Here.
doing like a
thinking
really
of-
good job of role playing or something like that.
Okay, sorry. I'm
Inspiration.
thinking of
permanently
persuasion.
inspired.
Who has the best persuasion to go down there and be like, all right, you mutts.
I'm
Like, you're our
persuasive.
crew now. Let's do this.
And
Lojo is probably persuasive.
I mean,
Yeah.
I think Lojo's probably the best suited to do that out of all of you.
persuade people to do.
I'm
Who's
good at
being
it.
persuaded? Sail the ship.
Yeah, you're
yeah,
going to try
basically
and talk the
rally them
the
as our
bilge
crew.
crew.
That's what we were doing, and then we went and did something else. Are we persuading the captain to?
No, not the captain. The guys down in the bilge, the orcs and ogres down there. You're going to go have a persuasive speech.
Could try
with.
to convince them
Yeah.
to.
So we killed the captain and the actual crew. So now we're taking all of the hostages. We realized some of them have sailing experience.
hey,
And
hey,
said,
hey
"How about
Dole,
you,
why
Hurricane
don't you,
Brew?"
Dole, why don't you give Glojo a little bit of guidance before he gives his speech?
Sure. Put my arm around Calf and say, "You got this, buddy. Talking is easy. Talking is the easiest thing you could do."
We're trying to get all the orcs and ogres to man the masts and sail this ship back to Saltmarsh, right?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
exactly
basically.
it. You're going to Captain Ron these orcs and impress them into your crew.
That was the guidance cantrip, right, Dole?
Look down at the bilge,
Yeah.
standing over the big hole in the ground, saying, "Hey, we need somebody to man the sails and get us back to shore. You guys want to get back to shore, right?"
Roll persuasion, please,
And add a D4.
and add a d4.
And add a D4. Okay. So that's +5. Four.
Not bad. And then
I don't think you need to add the D4.
You have a very imposing presence, apparently. As you stand
never
on
seen
the
a tiefling.
as you stand on the deck above the bilge, the sun kind of like crosses behind you, and you cast like this very imposing backlit shadow down into the hold. Your prestidigitation kicks in, and you unconsciously have this booming voice that echoes around the hold and has a very strong call to action for the remainder of the survivors downstairs. So the orc captain comes up first and says, "I will help you."
It's all turned to
And-
pirates as soon as they start talking about
It was really persuasive.
Can we
They
count on
all-
you to
they
wrangle
all
the
head up
rest
to
of
the
these
deck.
guys? You know, our orc pal, like, you want to be first mate? You'd have to talk to the
Wait.
captain, of course. If you can help us get them to understand, pull here, shift this, then I think we got a chance to get this boat moving.
Captain Alpipe rifle.
I would just
The,
Just
the
have-
ogres head up
Suggestions.
and grab onto the. They're covered in blood, and one of them discreetly pockets what looks like an actual hand. As he pulls himself up with the other hand, because he's about as tall as the deck, he kind of puts his hand there and pulls himself up and kind of
keep a
slips.
snack for
Yeah,
I
another
mean,
hand,
listen,
into his
it's
pocket.
it's nothing we haven't seen from our warlord.
And they go, not really making too much sense.
They're getting into it.
I would like to case the hold for treasure.
Um,
All these guys are getting the crew assembled. Was there? I mean, this. There's like silk bolts and brandy casks in here. I'm guessing.
yeah, so there's a fair bit of that and some supplies, and
a bird. Bird up here.
All right.
the kobold clambers up into the crow's nest. The two orcs take over the tiller, and the orc captain himself stays. Goes up to the main deck there as well, but he's watching instead of.
Yeah. I'm gonna talk to this elf because she's in one of the rooms that I want to search for treasure, and
Yeah,
Tell
you
her
should
that Tell her and
Undo
explain
her
to
restraints as well.
I'll undo her restraints and explain that we have captured the ship.
Have
And
her restraints. Do you have a key to her restraints, or how are you undoing her?
Oh shit.
She's still chained up.
Yeah.
Yeah, she has manacles.
So I will
You
tell
could
her
call
that
the guy who has thieves' tools.
I'll
Or just get the keys from the captain. open the door again. Hey,
Probably time to talk to the captain again.
Yeah.
Since we have apparently commandeered this vessel, and are going to
the
make
barricade
way.
again.
yes.
All right. Go get the keys from him.
Snake Eyes. Where's the keys and manacles?
He's like, I don't know.
They'll persuade him to turn over the keys.
Can I? I'm gonna. All right. I'm gonna try to do an intimidation check. You know, it's not my best thing.
Give me an intimidation roll.
Which is funny because I'm still charismatic. But 18.
So you kind of lean into the area there and loom over him, which is pretty easy on account of your looming nature.
Very large.
And demand the keys to her manacles. He goes, they're in my desk, and he gives you the key.
I have a key to get to key.
Nice.
He's like, he's holding it up. He's like, I can kind of makes like he wants to move towards the exit. Like, I'll unlock it for you.
You're good. You're good. We can unlock it.
We'll figure it out. I rebarricade it.
So you snatch the keys out of his hand and rebarricade them up and leave him in there.
So, which of these rooms look like captain's quarters? Is it?
Which is the
one where the
fanciest room?
captain is, clearly.
It's the desk that Dole's standing next to would be my guess.
Oh yeah.
That was the one. Discussed that earlier.
All right, Bob Dole, let's raid this room.
All right, I'll use the key on the desk.
It doesn't open it.
Fuck.
It's
the this desk.
So the room that you're in right now, in the center of the cabin is a plain wooden table, which stands a pewter flag and a pewter mug. Beside the table is a wooden chair, and hanging over the table is an unlit hooded lantern. Also hanging from the ceiling at the aft end of the cabin is a large cage that holds a parrot, apparently asleep.
A parrot?
The hall hangs an unoccupied hammock. Beneath it is a brass-bound wooden chest.
I immediately free the parrot, watch the parrot fly away, and get sad.
The parrot goes, pieces of eight.
God damn it.
Right. So, desks, chests, anything of that nature in this room?
Yeah. So there's a chest there, but you guys don't have the key to it.
Let me try and open the desk with my thieves' tools.
Okay. Give me a roll
with what you cut out.
Give me a roll with your tools.
All right, and that's plus my proficiency modifier, right? Because I'm proficient with them. I'm not sure how that works.
Yes.
Okay. That is a 13.
You are able to open the chest. It's got 200 silver pieces, a spear and a dagger, and a pretty fucked up crossbow. The dagger and the crossbow are detailed with pretty faint, not faint, but pretty fine elvish design with a sea motif.
All right, you said the dagger and the crossbow?
Yeah.
Was there anything interesting about the spear?
Nope.
Okay. Let's hold on to the dagger and the crossbow because they might bear further analysis.
And then there's...
So was this key open? I unbarricade the door to the captain again. Hey, where's your room again?
It's on the floor above.
Oh,
let me out! Come on.
I mean, there's two. I guess the one where Mana is, because she's the captain now. I guess. So
Mana's
that would be
even...
the captain's room.
Mana's not
okay,
even
I rebarricade the door. I barricade the door and go to where Amanda is. And
Technically, I think Glojo might be the captain.
Captain.
guess.
Was there anything? Any chests or drawers or anything in the room with the sea elf?
The room with
I
I'm definitely still
explained
captain, by
to
the
her
way.
that we're looking for the keys to her manacles while I loot through the drawers.
So this
Or if there
captain
are drawers.
occupies half of the stern on this deck, with one bulkhead running along the center line of the ship. Along this bulkhead leading up in the direction of the bow is an enclosed companion area. Blah blah blah. Uh, a single bunk, the bed linen heaped in a pile, is set against the hull. At its foot is a brass-bound wooden sea chest. The door is closed. Under the bunk is a brass box. One of the doors closed. In the center of the cabin, a plain wooden table is bolted to the deck. On it are two books. One open and propped
You're
up
breaking
against the
up
other.
for me.
Yeah, but you're
On it
really
are-
faint and breaking. There you go.
In the center of the cabin, a plain wooden table is bolted to the deck. On it are two books, one open and propped up against the other. Beside the table is a wooden chair. Hanging from the ceiling over the table is an unlit hooded lantern. Just aft of the hook that holds the lantern is a hatch measuring 3 feet on a side.
What are the
It's
books?
something on a walkie-talkie barely in range.
Principles of Navigation, which is the open book, and Legal Distinctions in Letters of Marque by Tazar, which is closed.
I want that one.
It's about pirate.
Nerd.
You yell
Being
from
allowed to be
the
a
floor above.
Yes.
I'm
We're
gonna
looking at book, nerd.
I'm searching this what I assume is the captain's room because Amanda is in there.
Oh yeah, I'm
Yeah.
checking out all the weapons locker.
So
Yeah, this is the
Alright.
weapons thing.
Main deck.
So I'm just going to finish
Let's-
Mediator's
let's
room
do
really
this-
quickly.
yeah, let's do
I'm
this
just going
room
to
by
finish
room.
Mediator's room and then we'll go to the next one. So Mediator, the sea chest is neither locked nor trapped when you try to open it.
Oh,
It
that's
contains
good.
some garments and a pair of boots, mostly quite old but reasonably clean. The brass box underneath the bed, however, is locked.
Okay. Let's see if we can get our bird to unlock the chest.
Okay, I'll give it a shot.
Really up to you and your bird.
Yeah.
mean the parrot?
All right, that's a 15.
You unlock it, and the box contains 500 silver pieces.
Nice. Right,
Okay,
you good?
on to the next room.
Right. Right.
Glojo, you are coordinating the actions of your new crew, I take it, or what are you up to? Hello? Glojo?
Dojo.
All right, well, Glojo is coordinating the actions of his new crew, or something to that effect. We will spin ourselves in. Oh,
Oh wait,
Have we checked the room that's south of the room with the elf in it? We did.
Yeah,
right?
that
yeah,
was
you've
the
been through
desk.
both of those
All right.
rooms.
So we've been through the hold.
I
Except for
lost what
the.
Glojo was saying there, though. Everybody shut up.
I said I already told. I thought I had said that I'd gone back up top to coordinate the crew.
Okay, perfect. That's what I just wanted to verify because there was some crosstalk. So, perfect. Thank you. So you've investigated the aft of the hold. Pipe is checking out. The fuck was that?
there's like a supply locker, right? That was
locker.
Oh yeah. So you are inside the secret cache. This is a cramped area. It's only 4 feet wide at its widest. It contains 8 large, irregularly shaped bundles bound in oilskin and light rope.
Ooh.
These are piled at random on the deck as though thrown in casually through the doorway.
I'm gonna investigate one of them. What is in one of these bundles?
You crack open one of the bundles and you find 10 morning stars.
Oh. Do they all appear to be similarly like they're all gonna have morning stars, or just various weapons?
It looks
Crack
like
'em
different
open.
weapons, maybe in each one of the bundles. Yeah, you crack them open.
Okay.
Unwrap the rest of them to be sure.
Yeah. Let's take a look.
All right, so you
Smuggling
find,
weapon.
the next one has 10 long swords. The next one has 20 javelins.
Oh no.
Don't tell
And the final
Glojo.
one has the final one has 10 shields. One of the shields, they're all quite plain. None of the weapons really have any kind of distinction on them either. But one of the shields is emblazoned on the front with the design of a lizard with a forked tongue extended.
Well, shit. There we go. I would like to take that shield and just stash it I'm my back for now. Worry about it later.
Right.
My rifle later.
I got a shield.
Okay. Who's got
Actually,
the
I
next
think I've
round
been left.
Did we check whatever's in this area opposite of aft in the hold?
Oh, up here. This was
Was that
These are
was that
hammocks.
just stairs? Those
You
are
guys,
hammocks.
you guys haven't really investigated that area. That's where
Like
that's
a
where a
mess
lot
hall
of the
area.
crew was.
Yeah. Was there?
peeked
I'd
down
like.
from the top through the stairway, I think, and guys came up through that stairway and
Right.
caught on the deck.
I'd like to. I'd like to see if there's anything in here that the mimic hasn't eaten. Hey, give me just a minute. Actually,
All right.
I'll be
Cool.
right back.
Catch
While you
up to
guys
you
are
then.
sorting out the.
Yeah.
I'm in the captain's room looking for where the fuck this key came
All right.
from.
So you go into the captain's room and you are kind of distracted a little bit by Mana sitting at this desk, just staring with both of her hands on this golden skull, staring at its eyes, just like eye to eye, holding the skull about like a foot and a half from her face, and the gazer is sort of looking at both of them.
Man, you're acting very antisocial today. I can't quite understand it, but I will leave her
He
be.
doesn't acknowledge your presence.
Wow, a first. All right, I'll look around the room besides her.
The cabinet is clean and the furniture in the room is in good repair. A single bunk made up with bed linen has its head against the bulkhead, running along the center line of the ship next to a wooden partition squaring off a corner near the main deck. There's a writing desk with a drawer on each side and 3 trays on the top. Mana's slightly in the way, but you probably could open the drawers.
Shove her up.
Just in front of the trays is an ink pot, 2 quill pens, a small knife, and a pewter container that resembles a pepper pot. Against the desk is set an upright wooden chair, and beside it, and the chair is Mana, and beside it is a wooden brass-bound chest. Against the hull on the starboard side is a padded leather couch. In front of it, a bearskin rug lies on the deck, while beneath the couch can be seen a large metal box. An unlit.
Try to open the drawers.
They are locked.
I tried to use my key on the drawers.
The key opens the drawers.
Oh,
Cool. Mystery
well,
solved. What's in the drawers?
The first drawer has 2 potions of healing and a dose of antitoxin, and a key.
Oh,
Okay. Let me get my notepad out. 2 healing potions, 1 antitoxin potion, and the key to the manacles.
Well, a key.
A key. A key that will probably do something. Okay, what's in is the chest openable?
So the second drawer that you open up with the key as well contains a number of maps of various sea and coastal localities, professionally prepared maps. Underneath those is another map, kind of much more crudely drawn, that indicates a point on the coast, 10 miles southwest of the town of Saltmarsh, beside a river in the tidal marshes.
Is there any writing on that map at all?
Yes, you can make out that the point is marked with lizards on it.
Lizards?
Fuck those guys. Yeah, nothing but trouble. I assume where they picked up the Lizard Man crew.
Yeah.
Where they needed to go back to.
All right, I take all that crap and put it in my pack.
I don't even know if they were crew or passengers at this point.
They said they were booking passage, so well whatever, they're dead now, and then Darrell's belly, so that mystery will have to
Full devour at this point.
All right. If there's nothing left in the drawers, I'll look at the chest.
The chest is locked.
I yell, "Hey, Bird, can you unlock this?"
Okay, so I come in. I see Lana. I shake my head because I've seen this before, and I just point and just say trouble.
Yeah, I agree. Mana is a bad person, but please unlock the chest.
I move up and try and open the chest. That is a nat 20.
Ooh. Okay. Well, you crack the chest open pretty much immediately, but you set off a trap, unfortunately, while you do that. A blade swings out of the trap, threatening any creature within 5 feet of the front of the chest. So Dole and Birdman.
Yep. And man,
Please make a.
Oh yeah, it's like a
Please
hamstring.
make a dexterity saving throw.
Just dex or acrobatics?
Dex.
Okay. That is a 11.
8.
Okay, you both fail.
Ouch.
Yeah, these are not ideal.
You take 6 damage.
Ow. If only there's some way to detect traps. Ah.
However, you did open the chest. Like, you flipped it open right away. So, inside the chest, you see 10 electrum ingots.
The hell's an electrum ingots?
Electrum is a valuable metal in this world, and they are ingots of that metal.
Yeah,
I forget.
somebody
Is
that
it between gold and platinum or something like.
Plastic
I think so, yeah.
unobtainium.
So the ingots themselves, you've seen them before. They're stamped with 100 on them, indicating that they might be worth 100 gold.
Nice.
And there are 10 of them.
That's not nothing.
All right, scoop them up and.
I assume Mediator's taking detailed notes, but he's not here.
I'm also taking notes on the money.
Let's hide these
made
ingots
notes
from
on everything
Mediator and not
I've
tell him.
opened.
It'll be Bell 2.0. What ingots
Well,
are you
look,
guys
he's
talking
not even on the right deck of this ship.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's in the mess hall like a chump.
Technically, only 2 of you
Only
know
those-
about the ingots, right?
Yeah.
I
You guys
just
also made feel like you're owed something for having to deal with
I
that.
glance at the bird and
I glance and tilt my head in bird fashion,
Money.
and so just say ourselves. I
Ghost.
say keep for ourselves.
I sense money.
I take the ingot and I give half of them to the bird. Put the rest of my pack.
Okay, well that's done.
No. I slam the skull on the desk. The captain gets a cut.
That's amazing.
How did you break the concentration only with your foot?
You found the one thing that
What's going on?
Oh my god. Fucking dying.
I don't even look, and I put my hand out.
I give mana
So
and my ingots.
Now leave me.
Yeah. I guess she's the captain. No?
I'm the captain now.
All right, so I have 2. I took 2 ingots. I gave 3 to mana and 5 to the bird.
holy shit.
Oh, fuck.
All right,
Okay.
I'm gonna return to this room,
Is there anything else? Anything else of interest before I leave?
Holy shit.
No, that's it. Others on the writing desk.
Give mana the
there's a-
finger.
on the desk, which you took a look at as you were paying that off, you realized there was a couple of containers. One looks to be like full of receipts, another has a few different letters, and there actually appears to be a document from the.
You trailed off there at the end. What was that third thing?
There's a captain's log, basically.
Okay, I'll take the receipts in the captain's log.
Okay. Kind of get out of Manus.
Yeah, I'm getting the fuck out of here. Fuck you. Flip off the gold screen. Hate captains.
Since we're waiting for Mead to come back, can I check this room? Because that's what I was going to do before I got called to do the chess thing.
Absolutely.
Follow the bird.
Yeah. All right, that is appears to be the wizard's quarters. Furnishings and fittings are of good quality.
You're trolling off again.
The furnishings and fittings in that room are of good quality, and the room is actually quite tidy. There's a single bunk made up with bed linen, has its head against the bulkhead running along the center line. There's a polished wood table standing in the center of the room, bolted to the deck. On the table is a silver bowl containing an assortment of fruit, a silver carafe half full of a light red liquid, and a silver goblet. Set at the table are two upright wooden chairs and a padded leather chair. On the deck, but toward the stern, is a wooden brass-bound chest. Beside it is a pair of highly polished black leather boots. From the center of the ceiling, over the table, hangs an unlit hooded lantern. On the peg behind the door hangs a maroon robe.
Is there anything special about the boots, or are they just boots?
Roll perception.
Oh, that's not gonna work. That was a 2, but I don't even know what my plus is. Hold on. That was a 2 plus 5. That was 7.
They look like to be some real nice boots.
I rolled a 2 also.
Definitely nice boots. There's two of
Nice
them.
boots. Don't care about them.
Yeah, there is a chest.
Is this? I assume it's locked.
Yeah.
I need a chest to take a step back.
Can I? I can't detect traps, but can I look at it?
Give me an investigation check.
All right, I have a plus 0 to investigation, so that's a 13.
You do notice a trap. The lock of this chest is trapped.
Huh.
You figure you could probably disarm it with a dexterity check.
Okay, that was going to be my question: is can I disarm it? All right, I'll try and disarm it.
Take another step back.
All right. That is a 9. God damn it. I'm not rolling well today.
You actually, as you're trying to disarm it, you set off the trap, triggering a gas cloud, just a small one right near the chest. Please make a Constitution saving throw.
Fucking, it's a crit. Crit 1. Crit fail.
Fine.
I'm gonna
Roll
end up.
1d6, please.
I'm gonna end up dying. Is what's going to happen.
Wait, why are you?
I got through 1d6. I got a 4.
All right, you are now unconscious for 4 minutes.
Awesome.
Oh my god.
Oh, knockout gas. All right, would have been worse if you'd done it. When there was
Has the gas cloud dissipated?
Yeah, the gas cloud kind of goes away.
Rush it. Oh no! The bird is dead!
Oh God, we have to eat him. And I'd go in there. The only thing we can do.
You're not even on the same deck.
You're just downstairs,
I'm downstairs. Yeah,
but you can hear through the causeway there. Yeah.
I'm not actually.
I can't
roll medicine.
Good guy. Come up.
18.
Damn it! You notice that the bird is not actually, in fact, dead.
Well,
I take my bib off, throw it away.
Must have been some sort of sleeping gas or something. Something in the chest.
So you look inside
Wait
the
a
chest.
few minutes. Yeah, I'll take it.
It'll be fine.
There's there's some clothing in there. A little bit garish. The wizard clearly had a sense of fashion.
Had no taste.
There's a leather purse containing 50 gold, and a spell scroll of Gust of Wind. There's also a spell book.
Oh, too bad we don't have any.
I take the book and throw it out the window. No, I take the spell book. I'll give it to Mediator whenever he gets
That's what
back.
he might want, I guess.
I sort of I slapped his face and was like, "Hey, you're
Cool.
wake up."
All right. Well, while Mediator is doing whatever, he's lost in thought. Glojo, what are you directing your new ship's crew to do?
Selling back to Salty Marsh.
What's the
All right. So
plan?
they've got the anchor up now. The ogres are still very standoffish and are sort of remaining up on the forecastle there. But the anchor is up, and they've got the other crew have been sort of moving around and getting the sails unfurled, and they've got themselves pointed down the coast, and they've got a bit of a breeze has caught the sails now, and you guys are moving towards Saltmarsh.
Hooray!
Oh, Mead's given us an update. He's currently indisposed, and he's sure things are fine.
We didn't find any spells.
No one is hiding any treasure from anyone. Okay, so Saltmarsh is one place we could go. Or there's out to sea for adventure. We should probably
I mean, we're very injured, and there's also enemies.
I would like to point out I wasn't injured until I started opening chests. I went through that entire battle without taking one bit of damage.
You did a lot of.
Your
You doled out a
number
lot
one
of
enemy
hits
is,
too for no damage. A lot of
One
close
enemy
combat.
is chests.
That's the whole point of monks, is that they don't get hit.
I like it. I picked Barbarian, where the whole point is you get hit a lot.
Yeah.
And I guess I am less than half hit points. Okay.
Yeah, so you guys are sailing down the coast now at a pretty good clip. It's clear that sorry, Glojo, go ahead.
I said I thought it was best to go back to town.
Yeah, we should.
And-
I just
and
don't know
so
if our
you guys
crew
are-
is going to fail as soon as we hit land. So we'll find out.
That's fine, we can hire other people.
Okay.
I have unemployed people in Saltmarsh.
Yeah, no cop.
Are we gonna release the witch since we got the keys? I just remember that. That was part of what happened.
Oh yeah, I go
As
back
we're
down
sailing,
and
yeah. Still do some stuff.
Or not witch, elf.
elf. I'll use a gesture since I don't speak Elvish to present the manacles. I'll unlock them.
She gibbers something at you in some kind of weird foreign language.
What the hell are you talking about? I can't understand this.
Make sure you
Unlock
speak
it.
very loudly and very slowly.
I am unlocking your manacle, ma'am.
She recognizes what's happening and puts her hands out to let you unlock them. And appears to be grateful and stops kind of recognizes that the two of you don't have a language in common and is.
I'm sorry, the elf is currently staring at some pots and pans in the mess hall, but we'll figure it out. I point up to the main deck and also go back up there.
So she goes up to the main deck, sees that the ship is being piloted by orcs with ogres running the front of the ship and blood stains everywhere, and kind of turns around and goes into one of the cabins here.
By the way, since we're sailing, I see like the ship we came out the little boat we came out just being dragged along the side of the ship and like smashing into it.
Finds the couch in the cabin's room, and captain's cabin, and sits down there.
So she's just hanging out with the elf that's staring at a golden skull.
Yes.
Okay.
As weird as that is,
class.
currently not very threatening.
Well, I mean, out of all the rooms she could go in up here, there's one where I'm passed out. There's two occupied by dead lizards.
Sure, it's been 4 minutes by now.
All right.
I'm
Will
waiting
the
for
GM
Bringer.
allow me to address the crew, or am I in trance?
You can come out of your trance.
At least temporarily, I come out of my trance. Because you've mentioned more than once that the crew is a little listless and grumpy. So, what I'm going to do...
Hi, crew.
Glojo whipped them up.
Calm
out of the
down,
bilge.
first mate. My crew is antsy and they need leadership right now. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna gather everyone around one of the bloodstains, and then we say, okay, you can either join us and engage in this kind of lifestyle and see the blood, or we get some of the morning stars out, we put some of the morning stars down, and then we take some of the 100 silver we found, or you can live this lifestyle like me, your captain. Adore me and work with us, and I promise you silver and gold, and then I hold up the gold skull, and then I pose dramatically with the golden skull and say, men, are you with me, or will you be a blood stain on my deck?
I hit Adam with my flail.
He's gone mad.
Great that we already have a mutiny.
Can I be roused out of my unconsciousness by his speech?
Yeah, so you'll wake up by the. We'll make it that you've woken up by the time he's aroused out of his stupor.
Okay, and I walk over to. Or I assume you're saying this from the deck, even though your character's in there because you can't move it.
Definitely. Yeah.
And I just look at him because Kinku tend to like to follow people, and I just say, "Captain, my captain."
I hoist the skull to the air.
I think we should trust. Well, I like both captains, so I'm not gonna make a choice. I appreciate both captains. I think we have co-captains. I think that's an interesting idea. Glojo and Ed.
So I'm gonna interpret Glojo's action as fiercely threatening versus directly attacking, because that's easier for us to work with.
Not actually hitting with flail, but like menacing him.
Menacing him, using his prestidigitation and like his tiefling powers, and basically like bulking himself up as like only a tiefling could.
I telepathically communicate to Glojo. I say, chill the hell out. We're just trying to we're inspiring them with riches. That's all. It's not a weird power game. Don't make this weird.
Don't make this weird, says the person holding a golden skull.
I'm inspirationally holding a golden skull, damn it.
I don't think the ogres would be much motivated. You haven't really made a show of strength or anything. You just yelled at him. Blast somebody, maybe. Then we'll respect.
I consider.
So, Glojo, are you going to back him up on this and use your show of power to encourage the other crew, or are you going to continue to jockey for position?
You don't jockey for position. Because I think the ogres and the orcs are going to follow my raw strength more than Adam's promise of riches.
Okay, so
we're on the same team, Glojo.
It sounds like you're basically just to stick to his carrot.
Oh, he wants the captain's hat.
I just want the captain's hat. That's exactly right. It's a power trip.
If I release the captain to you, then that would exhibit weakness amongst our entire crew. So I cannot relinquish the captain's hat.
But they have no idea who you are. They've just
I like the idea that none of them give a shit about any of the stuff that's happening, and they're just trying to sail home and leave.
You guys are having a little bit of a squabble on the deck, and the ogre's on the forecastle. One of them pulls his hand out, starts munching it, snaps off a finger, and gives it to one of the other ogres. See how this is going to play out.
God damn it.
Adam, you could be admiral, and then he could be captain.
That's fine. I don't even care about the hat. We're trying to entrance them into being on our side as opposed to just not giving a shit.
They are, yeah, mostly on our side, at least in terms of getting back to shore. Then
we've already lost our kobold army.
They're just in hiding.
I think what I was saying, he wants them to be a permanent crew and not just cooperating to get back
You're
to
enticing
Sarge.
them to be a permanent
Thought
crew.
they were going to be permanent crew.
I think for right now we got them out of the bilge, we got the ship moving, and then it was a big question mark what happens next. So now,
You
Adam made
promised to
his
return them
stand.
to land. That's not making them a crew.
Yeah. So how did they react to Adam's speech? I guess is the question. And then
They're just
Glojo,
watching.
like raising his
They're
So
Yeah.
things are going well, right?
Persuasion.
well,
Everything's beautiful.
there's currently a power struggle between our party about who's going to be
Just a
captain of the
slight
ship.
mutiny.
Small
I
meat.
don't even know if it's a
Small
mutiny,
mutiny.
Sarah. Mutinish.
Meteor should. What'd you find in that mess hall?
Well, I don't know. What did I find in the mess hall? Been looking down there for a long time.
You were definitely down there for a long
check
time.
it out.
Was there anything interesting in there?
There are lots of traps that knocked Bean Troll out.
Nice. What knocked him out exactly?
There were 2 chests
some
that I
sleeping
opened.
gas.
Yeah, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Everything's fine now.
I got cut by a blade.
Yeah.
So what's this about a mutiny?
I woke up and tried to steal my captain's hat and is trying to steal my crew away from me.
I see.
God.
Glojo, having
You are
motivated them out of the build, got very attached to the idea of being the commander of these people. And then Adam, who was very just ship-wide, felt he had dominion, is now
He does have
challenging
the first
Glojo's
call.
new thing. Yeah, and he's not attacking Glojo, but he wants to overwrite and rally the crew to him instead.
I'm
and Glojo's
rallying
like,
the
nah,
crew,
fuck that.
okay? That's the starting and ending of it. I'm rallying the crew because they're going to leave the ship.
Okay. Then Glojo took that as an attack on his
Glojo
newly-
is psychotic.
newly
That's the
cemented
problem.
power.
So, can't really,
It's a
can't
coup
really correct for
for the
that.
thing that he just got 5 minutes ago. The team that loosely
He's
was
really
like,
taking
okay,
this
I
the
get
wrong way.
Okay. I'm sure no one is interested in some thoughts in Admiralty law. So curious.
If only there was someone who
probably
could mediate this situation.
Yeah,
I think it's just going to be a sustained argument until we bump into shore and then be like,
he's
I guess we're done.
disposed. So I'm listening now. But
Okay.
is
So
the old captain still alive?
Yeah,
is.
he's in the room.
He's in the
I
room.
think- Pretty
He
sure
just
actually
vaguely
a
hears
recap,
Adam
man.
screaming.
I think as
I
a
think he
matter of
tried it.
Admiralty law, he's still technically the captain, but that's none of my business.
We already told him that he wasn't the captain. We're the
He's a
captain.
prisoner.
I believe that we, the crew, deemed him unfit for service and relieved him of command.
Uh-huh.
What if we
Unanimous.
compromised and made me the captain?
I think we can work out who's the captain after we get to shore.
The captain doesn't
I-
matter.
Fix all of our
It's
shit.
the crew.
It doesn't sound
And
like
then
you guys are
get
going to
back
make
on
it to
Doesn't matter.
shore.
What if
As long
Darrell
as
was
you're going
the
to make it to
captain?
shore without deciding who's going to be the captain.
I'm on board with Darrell being the captain, but
Yeah.
It's a matchup barrel with little captain.
Captain should not eat his crew. This seems problematic.
He hasn't eaten any of us yet.
I mean,
Well, okay, he ate
He
some
took
of
a
us
bite out of
little.
Glojo.
he did try
Wait,
to
he
eat
took a
Glojo.
bite out of
Eat Glojo.
Glojo as the captain. Therefore, he does have a little captain in it.
I mean,
That's terrible. I love it.
That's all I need to hear.
Anyway,
I think
before I
technically that
forget,
does give him a claim to the captain position.
Meteor, get up to the main deck. I found these scrolls that I don't care about.
Oh, cool. What was there?
This
I
one
don't
says gust of wind. I don't know what the fuck that is. You can have it.
I think that's a
and this is
Pokemon
a
attack.
spell book. Yeah, I know. This is just a spell book. I ain't look at it here. I shoved the spell book in hers.
Okay. 99% sure gust of wind. I'm more interested in the spell book than the succession plan that's going on upstairs. This was the
Sure.
wizard spell book, I take it?
Yeah, we found it at his desk or whatever.
Nice.
It was actually in the spell book. I never even read it.
What is in the spell book?
Okay, the spell book has. I lost my notes.
I
for a
can't take
second.
notes right now, so you'll probably have to take it again later. But
Yeah, I'll send you the notes. It's got.
Okay.
He's only a second. It's only a sec. He's only got first and second level spells.
yeah, that's
He
what
has
I figured. He didn't fireball us, so I assume he would have.
Truly a chaotic move.
Yeah. So as you guys are sailing in to Salt Marsh, the orcs and the ogres sort of have been. They're not too concerned about what's happening between you guys. They've just got their own path set. They seem. You guys sail into town, and yeah, you're approaching the harbor now.
What are we
All right,
doing
big
with the
ship,
old
stop
captain?
now,
So-
please.
they're a little the crew starts to without you guys actually directing it. Upon realizing that you guys are meaning to sail right into the Salt Marsh Harbor, they heave to just before the actual entrance to the harbor bay, and prepare to drop anchor further out than the main area.
They know what they're doing.
Do they?
Hey, can I
More than any of our captains do.
So the
enough.
guy had a book about letters of mark, right? The captain.
Yes.
Das Capital.
I guess before we decide to turn him in for reward money, we should find out if he has a letter of mark.
Yeah, did we ever even search his person?
Is he still locked in the?
He's still in there.
Is he still locked in the closet, like behind?
Yeah.
Like,
Yep.
Barricaded.
We
Rebarricaded.
just we go and check in with him every now and then, or do we
okay.
don't?
Stuff from him.
Might be a good thing to find out because that will probably impact whether we can get a reward for him or not.
I'll go
Whether
down
he was
there as
engaged
well.
in
Since I was so
legitimate
good at
pirates.
intimidating him last time.
You know,
All right,
whether
so
he's
you
like
had-
a wanted criminal or a operating under color of local authority. That's sort of an important
I
distinction.
unbarricade the closet and open it again. Hey,
It's like, I'm
Snake
starting to
eyes.
think you're,
Oh, Christ. Hang on.
he's starting to doubt your friendship, Joel.
well, I intimidated him last time. But hey, you got any letters from Mark? This Mark guy?
we have a letter of mark. We're just yeah the yeah of course
Can I see it?
it's in the cabin. It's on my desk.
Ah, fuck. We
Don't go
barricaded the
anywhere.
door.
I like. It's not like he's trying to get out every time we leave there.
No, he's not. He's not
We
resisting.
don't need to restack the
Yes,
story.
we do every
That's what makes
time.
it funny.
Funny, and I approve.
It is how.
I go back to the captain's room and look for that letter from that Mark guy.
All right, so you're going through the letters on his desk there, and you do find a letter of mark from the Kingdom of Alm.
What's it say?
It says that he is allowed to board and capture vessels flying under the flag of Baldur's Gate for his own profit.
Sorry, what was the Cliff's Notes on his letter of mark, if he has one?
From Alm against Baldur's Gate.
Oh. Where are we, by the way?
Salt Marsh.
Which is
Water.
where, relative to
Which kingdom? Yeah.
where along
It's pretty far down the Sword Coast, so you're
south?
kind of
like,
far away from both of them.
Are we like south of On?
I believe so, yeah.
Okay, so that doesn't sound like it can either way.
Are you thumping a baby?
Maybe.
Just checking. I heard a rhythmic pounding noise and then a baby cry.
Yeah,
I assume you are disciplining your child in the traditional fashion.
that's not what's happening.
I
Discipline
know
is
that
what?
they have to be burped and you have to expel various gases and fluids from your child.
It's
I
it's
get
it's 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 a whole thing.
it. Yeah.
Okay, so is the ship
Okay,
ship
I'll
stopped
be
now?
back again. It sounds like you guys have things under control.
Yes. So far, so. So I mean, he's not a good guy. He's allowed to be a pirate by some other government, but he was also still smuggling and doing bad shit for the wizards. So it's not like it, clears him or
He's a
anything.
Here.
It
Well,
doesn't
we're gonna
matter.
turn
We
him
could probably
in to
pay
the
him
salt
to
mine.
be our friend if we didn't want to turn him in.
I think we get a better reward just turning him in. 'Cause we have too many captains already. We need to
Yeah.
captains.
Gotta trim down this list, captain. All right.
All right,
All right,
so
have
we're
we made the salt marsh yet?
we're anchored off Saltmarsh, right?
So we had this stupid boat we could take back there.
Yep.
All right, who's coming?
We have a little. We're taking a little.
What are we
boat.
gonna do? I mean, we're not right on the docks, so we have to. I assume we have to take the little boat to get back there.
You will have to take the little boat to get anywhere.
All right, so what are we gonna do with this crew?
I'm
What
gonna
are we
be on
gonna
the
do
boat
with
with
the
the
captain?
Well, you speak Orcish. Ask them if they will stay here, because we need to come back.
Okay. Go over there.
Or find out what their plan is.
Hey, orcs. I never got your name, by the way, but what are you planning to do now? Exactly.
I don't even know where we are.
We're in
I'd like to go
Saltmarsh,
home,
which is
but-
a terrible city. Somewhere south, in the southern part of the world. Australia, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Pretty good description. Yeah.
Fant Australia.
Anyway, since you're so far from home, I do think it might be smart for you to stay with us on this as a crew member of this ship while maybe we can get you closer to home at some point. I don't know, but I strongly recommend not staying in Saltmarsh because it is a terrible place, just an awful city.
a very racist short.
There's a terrible situation going on there.
Okay. So they say, well, if you guys are going to go into the city, we'll stay here on the vessel and make sure it's seaworthy.
All right, sounds
Oh.
good. I completely trust them, 100%.
Yeah, that's handy.
All right, I think we have that situation taken care of.
What I like to think is that all of our displays of strength convince them that we're a bunch of harmless idiots that are totally fine to sail with for a while. Like you saw what they did.
All right. What next?
Well, we have to get the captain if we're going to turn him in, and then
Yeah,
get him
let's
on the boat. And
all right, I go back down to the thing. Remove the barricade again, and Snake Eyes.
You cut out right in the middle of that. I missed it. Or my
I go back. I go back down to where the Snake Eyes room is and remove the barricade again.
What are we
And
asking him this
say,
time?
we're here at Saltmarsh.
What? No,
Yep.
Deal with it.
can't take me here.
Are we turning him in for the
There's a
reward?
bounty on me here.
Oh yeah,
No.
that's the idea.
Called it.
Happens to be why we're here. We did tie him up, right?
I don't know if we ever.
I don't
did
know if we
so.
tied him up or just locked him in the room
okay.
over and
You just
over
lock him
again.
in the
I
room
thought-
over and over and over.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
We'll
listen.
lock him with the mayor's door.
God. All right, I'm gonna try and knock him unconscious.
All right, roll. Let's try a grapple roll. We'll use that as your unconsciousness.
God, not great grappling. Oh shit. 9.
Is that with your strength bonus?
Yes.
Nope, you actually out-grapple the captain despite that terrible roll.
Wow. This guy is all
pretty-
name, no game.
It's a pretty awkward struggle ensues.
Just sort of fall over
but-
and wrestle on the ground a bit.
Yeah, basically, you're bigger than the door he's trying to escape through, which really plays in
I'm
your
just too big
favor.
for him to get by me.
I assume someone
Yeah.
inventoried all the loot from the pirate ship.
I took everything that I found.
I assume we wrote it down.
I wrote it down.
Okay.
That's very. So you put that down.
Anyway, now that
Yeah,
he's
you
got
grapple
him,
him.
I will
You
tie
got
him.
him, and you're able to tie him up. You kind of just wrap him up in one arm and tie him up with the other. And
Throw him over.
nobody
my
bothered to
shoulder.
come help you, but
I mean, no one helps. But I mean,
How
the
long
bird was
will-
there. I guess.
Yeah,
How long
I'm
are
here.
we-
I can
How long
help.
are we heading back to shore, by the way? How long did that whole thing take?
it took about half an hour or so.
Okay.
You guys were moving down the coast at a pretty good clip. It was only like about 4 miles. So.
All right, I
So
take Snake Eyes to
who's-
the main deck.
Who's going to be the new CEO of Waystar? We decide.
No.
Captain
Fight for
Hook.
it! Fight!
Elder's Blast just comes
Oh, yeah.
sailing out of the room, knocks Glojo into the water.
We do not need to fight
just-
one another. And look, all right, out of game for a second here. I did not realize that we couldn't wait an hour for me to resume being captain, so I did not realize that someone had taken over captainship while I was gone. I was literally
Look,
trying to
you're
solve-
digging in your skull.
I was literally trying to solve the problem that Bringer is very obviously stating that they're going to take off on us.
No, they said they were going
I
to
don't-
stay. It's fine.
No, they said you're
Said
gonna
that
stay.
now.
You seem
I
completely.
don't believe-
It's
You
wanna check 'em out, then
People are
investigate your
saying
intent.
here. You're
Well, we-
asking to get the ship stolen.
Were we planning on keeping the pirate ship? Is that?
Yeah, I think
I
so.
assume
It's a
so.
pirate ship. Why would we not?
I mean, it seems like a good idea to me.
It's a good
I'm
asset.
enjoying the idea of Adam being at some kind of conference where he keeps having to excuse himself to like come yell at us.
I'm like, I gave my speech while I was driving between stores, and I'm getting ready to walk into a Target now. So I'm not interested in the power struggle. If the Captain Hood was literally taken from me while I was gone, that's fine. I don't care that much. But I'm literally just trying to solve the problem that Bringer is making extremely
Adam,
obvious.
Mana, why don't you stay on the boat and keep watch over them and make sure they don't do
You're
it?
gonna stab me while I'm staring at the skull,
impress them with your captain.
or they're gonna kidnap me. I'm doing the
What, you
equivalent
can't
of
take care of
following
yourself?
someone while I'm looking at my telephone. So
Give
like
him the
I'm
bloodstains
staring
again.
at the skull
So-
while I'm following
So
the
why
party.
doesn't
All right, let me go back to the orcs and give them a good look over and try to see straight into their soul and make a insight check
Do a
to see if
perception
they're
check on it.
legit.
It's an
Insight.
insight check.
Some honesty would probably go a long way. Like, look, everyone said some weird
Insight
fucked up
is
shit,
the
but
honesty.
we've got money, we've got weapons,
let's
we've
see.
got no animosity toward them.
I rolled a 23.
Hey,
Oh, that's a fake roll.
they
I will
they're-
set you up.
they look like they don't really have any kind of designs on autonomy at this point.
There you go.
There you go.
Yeah.
Now go to Target and
Hey.
chill.
Yeah,
Let's go to the Soul March Target and get some shit.
yeah, we're gonna
Listen.
tell them, look, we're getting ready to leave. We're trusting you guys.
Oh, that's
we
fine.
can make
Don't
this
worry
whole
about
thing
it.
work. You know,
Hold down the fort for now. There'll be riches and adventure, and we'll get you back home eventually.
I like how when Pipe Rifle explains that they're like more likely to like stab us in the back. Like, no, we really trust you. Like,
The lizard is.
I'm saying
we won't be mad. We'd just be disappointed.
All
in
right.
you.
I'm
Okay.
saying they can leave if they have to.
I just jump in the boat. God damn
So
it!
just
Can we
to be
please
clear,
get
we-
back to Saltmarsh?
Just to be clear, we looted the entire pirate ship. We made it back to shore. We're not sure who's captain. We think our crew will not steal the boat while we're gone, but we don't know.
I mean, we know well enough. We know. We're pretty sure they're not.
So you're
They're
not
no
actually on
guarantees.
shore.
No, we're
You
not
guys
onshore. We're
are-
offshore.
We're
You're
slightly
anchored
off.
up. You're actually anchored up outside of the harbor itself. The orcs, without any kind of command, really didn't want to go into the harbor where they could get blocked or anything like that. So they anchored up outside the harbor. And you guys are loading up You're loading up your own small boat to take back.
Oh, by the way, when I was talking with the orcs, I did still have snake eyes over my shoulders.
Might help.
Did Snake Eyes say what the bounty on him was worth?
He did not, but we'll find out when we're in
We'll
town.
soon find out. Okay. So let's since we don't have our bard with us, I think we can show our faces at the town hall again.
Yeah, we'll play a little cooler this time. Oh yeah, there's a dead body in this little boat. Does anyone want anything with that?
Was that one of the dead bodies with a collar?
That's one of the first people we killed. It fell overboard into the boat.
Oh, we don't need
During your
that.
SWAT takeover.
Yeah.
Can we
So
put
what are you
one of the
doing with that body?
collars on? Can we put one of the collars on the dead body and bring him along for science?
Yes, you absolutely can do that. That's what you can do.
All right, cool. Let's go.
Yes, for some reason that is something you could do. I want to know too, because that's if we can have D&D grenades, I want to know about it.
All right. Who's all on the boat? I moved Adam down there because I think he's going.
Hey, I think we're all going to town, right?
I haven't heard anything from Glojo in a while.
Glojo, are you coming with us?
I think I'm gonna stay behind and make sure that orcs don't leave.
All right.
Glojo's gonna steal our fucking pirate ship.
Glojo steals the ship and it just goes off on his own. Dude, pipe is coming.
All right, this makes sense to me.
Completely trust Glojo. You know, his entire character right now is being insane. Power gravity cat who really wants the boat. We'll just leave him with it. He'll be fine.
This plan makes sense to me.
Piper, you coming?
All right, let's go.
Oh yeah, I was not moving my guy. I was in a different window.
Yeah, I want to be on the. Is there
don't
room
know
on
why.
this thing?
We have to get on the little purple boat just to be sure.
Move your shit
Come on now.
onto the square. Wow.
Now we're back in Stealth Bears.
What a lovely, lovely place.
This is
Oh, hey, there's a
very
boat.
Right. Was it the city council that gave us the quest to play out the pirate ship?
It was Owlin
Kinda,
basically
yeah.
herself. She was like, "You guys really pissed off the council. Maybe go out of town and like try to take care of this, and I'll see what I can."
Probably go to
Do?
Alan's house.
Let's do that. Yeah, that makes sense.
Carrying this unconscious body over my shoulder through the
And Snake Eyes was not as fearsome as his name sounded.
Yeah, he
So
kind of
as you
went
guys are
down
going-
very easily.
He's
Also,
not
not
particularly-
a snake. Just disappointing on all fronts.
Not even 1%
I think-
snake.
He was named Snake Eyes because of his terrible roll. He just didn't roll dice very well.
Yeah, he had
Metaphorically or maybe in universe, he was a bad gambler.
All right, so you guys, the Owlins are basically right at the wharf there, so you paddle your little boat right in, and are able to make it into town or into her house without any real conflict in town, because we're right by the docks.
Right, we're carrying the body slung over Joel's shoulder.
Yeah.
And nobody's
Cool.
particularly concerned about that. Like,
That's normal.
the
That's
people, the
normal.
people that use, yeah,
It's normal stuff.
everybody's got their own shit going on the docks. And so you get to the Owlin house, and she's pretty pleased to see you back. She's a little bit concerned over the sort of the shrinking size of your party.
It's fine.
Do not worry
And
about
Mana has come with you off the ship.
Just carrying the
but-
skull out as he walks.
She's pretty much got the skull in her hand, and is kind of frequently when nobody's directly looking at her or addressing her, you can kind of catch her out of the corner of her eye, like looking at or speaking with the skull, or listening intently.
Can she put like a handkerchief over it we're walking in town.
Just put like a blanket over her.
Like a parrot.
Yeah. I haven't had a chance to look at this skull that closely, have I? I assume I'm not going to get a chance now.
You'd
Not right now.
Yeah.
probably have to fight for it.
Yeah.
You assume
Okay.
correct.
It's probably fine. The skull is none of my business. So right. So we're at the Allen house.
Yeah. So she's been summoned by her butler. Um,
Okay. So let's explain to her that we assaulted the
Captured
pirate
the ship.
captured the pirate ship, and captured the
Captain
dread
Useless.
captains and the dread Captain Snake Eyes.
The fearsome captain, as worth long. It was a hard fight getting this one.
After a furious battle, we captured the dread Captain Snake Eyes.
Snake
There
Eyes.
wa-
I
there
assume you've
was-
also gagged at this point.
Yeah, there was
Yes.
there was a furious battle, and after the battle was over, we did capture the captain. So
Surprising amount of lizards in that battle.
Lizards. She goes. I'd heard the lizards were arming. Were they working with the pirates then?
Kinda. I mean, I tried to make friends with them. They kept poking me with sticks, so we had to kill them.
So it's not entirely
I tried to
clear
talk.
whether the lizards were working with the pirates, but it's not entirely clear whether they joined them voluntarily. They had a weird S&M blood magic torture dungeon down in the bilge where they were brainwashing captured say
Orcs, things like that.
human-ish oids.
Humanoid.
See, and were they running were they smuggling any kind of anything in particular besides the people and the lizards? The
What do they have on the
lizards?
ship? Was it
Brandy and silk.
brandy and silk?
Brandy, silk.
The same stuff
Standard.
that we found in
In
the
the
in the
caves.
house in the cave house thing.
Do you tell her about the weapons that you found or no?
Yeah, there's some
Mm.
basic weapons they had on their
Pipe
ship.
found like 40 fucking weapons all bundled up.
Good
Right.
amount of
So
weapons.
I mean they
I am eating, but yeah, I would tell her we found some weapons without
so they
making it
also
clear exactly what.
I mean there were a lot of weapons on board, and they
Like more than they needed.
yeah a few dozen extra weapons, morning stars and javelins and so on.
And you said they were working with the lizards.
They weren't working
Yes.
with the lizards though. The
I mean,
lizard they booked
Well-
passage on the ship. Is what they said.
Well, that's what they said.
But
We found a map with some.
we suspect
They
that they were brainwashing captured orcs and were intending to use them as soldiers.
Oh my! What a find! That's quite remarkable. Okay. Well, thank you for this information. There definitely is a reward on Captain Snake Eyes there. It's been a hazard up and down the coast for the past several years.
What's the reward?
There's a 1,500 gold reward.
1,500.
Yeah.
Wow, you clowns wanted to negotiate with them. Never mind.
And one of her men has been looking through the captain's log that you provided information on on the lizards and such. It says, "Oh, there's a notice here that there was a pretty substantial payment received from the lizard folk. Did you find that as well?"
Yes.
What does the log say?
So what was the amount of the payment according to the ledger?
Well, there should have been about 1,000 gold worth of electrum somewhere there.
Oh no,
Oh, yeah.
I was.
I
we
mean,
found a couple of gold pieces here and there, but
Wait, what is
we found
electrum?
some gold
do
and
I know,
silver.
Do I know what electrum is?
it's a valuable
Yes.
metal in
It's-
the world.
Okay.
It's the
It would be
metal
like
above gold between platinum.
It's like there should have been a briefcase full of 50s instead of a briefcase full of 20s.
I say.
We
Is Glacier
cannot
still on the
locate any
ship?
of that metal.
So my character is in the water.
We look off the coast and the ship explodes.
Well, there you have it.
Yeah, we couldn't find any of that weird metal you're talking about.
Yeah, couple of bags of cash here and there, but
Some
you know,
minor
finder's
money,
fee. Yeah, nothing major.
unless you want a bunch of silver, but you just paid us 1,500 gold, so it seems kind of small time for you.
Yeah. I mean, we looted the ship, but we haven't ransacked it for secret compartments or anything.
No.
That's okay.
Yes.
That's good though. Thank you for that information.
I'm
Yeah, it
glad
looks
that
like
when
the-
Mediator says we haven't found any treasure, it has the ring of truth to
Because it is true as far as Mediator's aware.
it.
I mean,
You didn't find anything in the mess hall.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Actually, that's not true. He found a deck of cards with over 2 aces in the deck. 2 ace of
Oh,
spades
shit.
in the deck.
The ace of spades.
did I keep it?
Yeah, I assume.
Add
Is it
that
just
to my list.
a regular deck of cheaters cards, or is it a special thing?
It's just a regular deck of cheaper cards.
Oh yeah, by the way, the ship was delivering those slaves and orcs to the fucking cult, so they're definitely involved there. They're just growing their numbers still. They're good to lure them to main camp outside of town.
Didn't we find a sheet of paper with basic orcish commands? Like,
Yes.
I have it.
were they fighting commands, or was it like this is your instruction manual for your new slave? That's
think
kind of what
there's-
it feels like.
Directions.
Remember
Yeah.
specific what was on that
Like
page.
go there, do something. I don't know. They were like single words in orcish that you would use to give commands.
And I have it.
You're not here, Glojo.
Yeah, it's not that we need. I'm just talking out loud. I'm like, yeah, they would sell them to the cult and or maybe to other people because they seem to have this like instruction manual that they were giving out.
There's been a problem with the slave trade up and down the coast. We don't allow it here, but the Amnians sometimes they dabble.
Okay. Is there anything else we needed right now? I think we laid out the situation pretty good.
Well, we should collect our reward, and then we should talk about what else.
Yeah, I hand off the.
We can have a
captain to
sidebar.
whoever has the gold.
All right, so you guys have kind of given her some information. She's hasn't been. I don't know if you guys have asked too much from her. So what's the plan here?
I mean, we should take a long rest at some point. We're all hurt. None of us have slots.
We'll rest soon. Don't worry about it. But what was our plan? That we could go after the cult. We could leave. We could just fuck off with the ship. What do we want to do?
There's that island that they keep mentioning.
Was that how far away was
Alan
that?
says that she's managed to calm down the council a little bit, and that the news
Yeah,
of you
that
guys
prick
bringing
Bard
back
left.
the news of you guys bringing back Snake Eyes is going to do quite a lot to boost your reputations in town.
I mean,
even
look,
the guard will
they're,
have to-
they're loose cannons.
the guard will probably have to swallow their pride a little bit and accept you as well, maybe not heroes of the town, but they can't run you out and tar and feather you the way that they perhaps like to at this point. So, did you also, when she mentioned Amnians, did anybody tell her about the letter of marque that you found, or no?
Yeah, sure. I'll just blindly pull it out and hand it to her.
It's like, those bastards. I always knew they were up to something. They've been pushing out boundaries for years, preying on our fishing fleets and overfishing in areas that you'd previously shared. I'm not surprised to see that they've taken things a step further, but this is bad. This is really bad. Why don't you guys take a rest here tonight, and I'll see if I can summon the council probably in a few days if you can stick around town. And don't make trouble.
Yeah,
we
we're
make
gonna
trouble
not
outside
make
of town?
trouble.
We'll probably do that if that's all right.
The ship
What are you gonna
explodes
do?
again.
There's just a charred mast sticking up, and that also explodes. It's fine.
Fine,
Well, 'cause they talked about
we'll take a
bringing-
rest.
Right outside of town to the west, right? I don't know if that counts. We might go make some trouble over there.
Well, we'll think about it after we rest.
So do we have loot from the pirate ship to distribute here? It's just about Omnium.
You don't know.
We
I don't know
we
what you're
didn't-
talking about.
there-
We didn't find it.
There was it's-
We
it could be
had so
some
there were
small, I don't
700
know.
silver pieces that we need to distribute, and that's it.
And 1,500 gold.
Oh yeah, and the 1,500 gold from that we just got.
So what all did you guys find on the pirate ship?
I just
I
told
found
you.
a shield.
Oh yeah,
50
and
gold.
I think I found a
So-
regular shield that had a
Found some
design.
maps, a couple of healing potions.
Uh-huh.
and the antidote potion, I think.
Oh
Yes, an antitoxin potion.
An antioxidant potion.
I'll keep
Bunch of
I'll
acai
keep
berries.
the antitoxin potion and who wants one healing potion? Pipe rifle probably.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I don't think I've had one.
You probably should. So, I mean,
All right, I give that to Lexi.
it's what, like 400. Wait, how many of us are there?
I mean,
Five?
there's 5 of us here, and then Glojo on the ship, which we should
Oh.
probably split it with him too.
Oh, right. 6. Okay. No, I was just looking at. Okay, so I mean that makes the math more complicated, but sure.
Why don't we take 100 silver pieces and put that on the ship for like petty cash to pay our workers?
Well,
and
I
then
mean, we should just keep the
100
7. Probably just throw the 700 silver piece in a pot and not worry about it.
That's
I
we can
mean-
use that as payment because
I mean,
it's good pay for a
it's-
sailor, not an adventurer.
We do have to pay our sailors a living wage.
We do. Wait.
That's
If
what
we want
Adam
to keep their
promised.
loyalty, food,
We're not slavers.
weapons if they need them, and we won't attack them. I think that's pretty much the only
So,
promise.
so the gold is 250 per. If we want to split the 1,500.
Well, I mean, it's 2,000 total, right? Because there's 500 was our promised reward for the pirate ship, or did Bean Troll's Bard blow that up last time?
Yeah, do we get that extra 500 still?
Was it
You guys
500
want to go to
to
the
clear-
council meeting for that.
Ah, shit.
That wasn't from Outland. Outland is
Yeah.
able to authorize the payment for the bounty on the pirate.
God damn it,
There's
Bard
no-
Troll.
But
I'll
the
talk with
council-
them and smooth things up. It'll be fine.
All right, I mean, so
We'll get that gold.
700 silver is 70 gold. So, good.
That's just. I say we leave that as the kitty to pay our sailors.
Okay, that sounds,
Let's
that
not worry
sounds
about
simpler.
that for now.
Electrum is actually between gold and silver. Now that
So,
I look at the
I'm-
currency.
Oh,
There's been a lot of talk about Electrum. Like,
Well,
she mentioned it, and I see it on
She
the
mentioned it, but there's no
character sheet in between gold and silver when you adjust currency.
can I get an
Unfortunately,
insight,
we
Kind of
didn't
metal.
find it.
can I get an insight roll on this?
yes. You can.
I don't see why you want to do that.
It's like, fine.
Hold on. Let me-
I heard the little bloop, but I don't see that.
I'd like to use another. I'd like to try my luck on this because I still have a few of those points.
I don't know what to tell you.
I feel like this is the
hold
definition
on.
of metagaming.
One more.
My character
All right,
rolled
we'll stick with the 16, I guess.
So you suspect that there may have been some Electrum on the ship.
Uh-huh.
I guess you'll have to check
Okay.
again when you get back to the ship.
Okay, I'm sure it's fine.
Look, okay, I go over to the meteor and slyly slip 2 ingots into his pocket. Don't worry about it.
How many ingots do you have left now, Joel?
I was gonna say,
One. Oh, 0?
I took 5. I gave 3 to Mana. The other two-
Ingots of what?
Electrum.
Don't
Get
worry.
some
about it.
electrum worth 100 gold.
No, it'd
Well, now
be
you know.
if he
You can
got
look at it
2,
later.
it's 200 gold.
Yeah, each.
How many of these did you guys find?
Don't worry about it. You got enough.
Okay.
Don't question it.
Your insight tells you that you probably did get enough.
That's probably fine. All right, so 2 ingots of electrum worth a total of 2.
Yes.
Okay, are we taking a long rest? What are we doing?
Should probably stay tonight.
Probably good idea to take a long
Yes.
rest. She's just offered you to stay the night again.
Did
Says it'll probably be several days before the town council meeting can convene again.
Glojo can sleep on the ship.
Sitting on the ship, take my longer on the ship.
He's just laying in the captain's bed with his arms behind his.
Yep, it's like captain's life for me.
This is the life. All right, long rest.
I guess while we're hanging out, I want to lay out the. So we found the dagger and the crossbow and the lizard shield, right? There's a dagger and a crossbow with elvish sea motifs and like a shield with a lizard motif, right?
That's correct. Yes.
Did any of them seem magical? Potentially.
The dagger and lizard shield make magical.
Okay, I want to. So I guess I want to, lay that stuff out and just cast a detect magic ritual, which just only takes like 10 minutes to do.
Sure.
I assume that senses a faint aura of magic around, what was it, the dagger and the shield.
The shield has a faint aura around it.
Ooh. I was just keeping it because I assumed it would lead us to where these lizards are coming from, but
And the dagger did not.
The dagger doesn't. It's just a nice
Okay.
dagger.
So, Pipe, I think if you take a short rest and try to attune to the shield, you can get a basic sense for. Well, I guess. Hold on.
wait, I've been wearing it on my back since I found it. Is that?
Well, no, you have to
hanging
spend
around
you have to spend
Or
a
it's like
short
meditation.
rest, like studying it,
concentrating
Hold
on it. Yeah.
Like I am attuned
Actually,
to a
no.
spell.
I know. I have the identify ritual. I want to identify the shield.
Because I think cursed stuff can attune itself to you by carrying.
Yeah. No. I want to.
That's
I
how
want
it
to use the
works.
identify spell on the shield.
Okay. You look at it, and it is a shield of missile attraction.
Nice.
Perfect.
All right. Well, Pipe can keep that.
Attuning it to you means that whenever a ranged weapon attack is made against a target within 10 feet of you, you become the target instead.
I mean, that's not even necessarily a bad thing.
I think I can make this one.
We can give it to
Is it a cursed
Glojo.
shield though, or is just
It's a
magic
cursed
weapon?
shield.
I
Okay.
mean,
Cursed.
so wait, when you say so, like a target within 10 feet of the wearer, like
Whenever a ranged weapon attack is made against a target within 10 feet of the wearer, he becomes the target instead.
okay.
So I'm going to nuke him with an Eldritch Blast accidentally, is what you're telling me.
I don't know.
There's only missile weapons, so a ranged weapon attack.
Gotcha.
So somebody using a crossbow or javelin.
So
or something
even
like that.
even if I'm up front and somebody fires one over me, it will just reroute and hit me in the back
so I have
like
a
my own
question.
party.
If we gave the shield to Glojo and he tried to throw a javelin, what would happen?
Depends how far away the target is.
Oh, right. The target has to be within feet of the wearer, right? Not the. Interesting.
I mean, I can catch missiles thrown at me and then turn them around and throw them back. So I'm not particularly worried about ranged attacks.
It doesn't discriminate with friendly fires.
Yeah.
Right, but like we don't have a lot of missile weapons here. It's a potentially useful tanking shield if we stood close-ish to Glojo. Anyone had shot an arrow at me or at Adam.
I think attuning
would
a
go to
cursed
Glojo
shield
instead.
to you is not the best use of anything.
I mean,
He'll be
I'm
fine.
just thinking out loud here. Like,
Thinking outside of the
I'm
box, I appreciate it.
like a cursed item doesn't necessarily mean it's an all bad item.
It's just cursed
it's a
in your
double
opinion, man.
edged shield is what it is.
Double edged. Accurate, yeah.
Okay, well, I think the shield of missile attraction is thinking about for shield wearer. Obviously, I'm not one of those, so I don't.
Makes the
I don't-
decision easier.
I don't carry the shield. I don't use a shield normally, but I've been carrying it. Does that mean that I am cursed with it?
I think you have to
Like-
actually equip it and
do a
attune to
remove.
it.
Oh yeah, I guess if you
Yeah.
identified it before I attuned it, then I'll be like, ugh, maybe not. We'll keep it on the
Congratulations, Pipe.
ship just in case. I don't even need a shield. What do I need this crap for? Toss it on the pile.
And the nothing from the dagger and crossbow were just pretty.
Yeah.
Oh, those are probably the sea elves. What do we do with the sea elf?
She's
She's
still
still on the ship,
Oh, we should give those back to her when we get back to the ship, if the ship is still there.
probably.
This makes a lot of sense now that I think about it. Elvish sea motifs is kind of a giveaway. So are we? Did we take a long rest?
So you
after?
guys took a long rest, and you're waking up the next morning, and yeah.
Okay, so we can wait for the.
So when
town
is this?
council
When is this town
meeting?
council meeting happening?
It's going to be in several days, basically. She needs to get people together and stuff for it. So not everybody is right inside the city the way that she is, and they'll have their own sailing fleets that they're out with, and so it can take a little bit of time to arrange an impromptu, unscheduled meeting, which is what this next one will be.
Do we have anything that's worth doing while we wait for that, or are we hanging around town?
You probably could look around and get some like magical items or something like that. Glojo, what was going on the ship?
Should we check
while
in
these
on
guys were watching the
Glojo?
council?
The ship seems to be gone. Like it's not there anymore.
Is Glojo there?
The ship is just not in the harbor anymore.
Where is Glojo?
The sea.
I want to investigate the area near where the ship was and look for tracks in the ocean.
Look for tracks in the ocean.
See if we can see which way it went.
I'd say the ocean is
No.
itself a trap.
Can we see from where we are? Like, is there a ship on the horizon, or is it just completely gone? Or I guess
looks
we're
like it's
not
gone.
anywhere near. I mean, are we returning to the docks to be like, let's check on Glojo, or is it just
I mean, was the ship
The next
parked
time we
within
do,
range of like
we
visual range? Can we just see that it's gone?
yeah, it was out here.
Yeah,
There was a little drawing and everything.
Yeah, it was just a little bit further outside. Like they parked up, so they couldn't get blocked in or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then rode in and
Out past the point there.
Okay, well, I'm sure that's fine.
So
Who else
the
was
ship is gone. Town council meeting is going to be in a few days.
were any of us on that ship besides Glojo?
Nope.
Just him and the prisoners and the crew and the elf.
Yep.
Well, maybe the elf kidnapped Glojo.
I wonder if
We
we
really
can-
didn't vet any of these people
Hmm.
that we're trusting.
I mean, there was a lot of people on that ship that Glojo didn't have really any spells left either. So
Well, we just have to assume that everything is fine until we can get some information otherwise.
I don't know. Maybe we'll get a quest to bring pirate to justice. Another bounty.
Could be.
Never know.
all right, so you guys are basically free to explore the town. The news has gotten around pretty quickly that you guys have brought in Captain Snake Eyes in, and justice doesn't wait in this town. And after your long rest at noon, he is scheduled to be executed.
Oh man. Like,
You don't need to execute him. Just put him in a room with the barricade.
Eventually, the problem solves itself.
Yeah.
I feel bad because he obviously did stuff to other people to get this bounty, but he didn't really do anything to us,
I
including
mean,
put up much of a fight. So
he had a
I feel
ship
bad.
full like of slaves. Like he's not a good person.
No, that's the dilemma.
Is it?
That's
Is
no,
it a
not really.
dilemma?
I'm
All
going to say
right.
no. It's not a dilemma. I feel fine
The
about
dilemma
this.
I'm having is that I'm having a hard time finding joy in this execution like I normally would. That's my problem. It's all right. We'll find some more joyous murder later.
I mean, we don't have to go watch. Like, that's optional.
That's true. Oh shit.
True, it is optional. So it's getting close to noon.
Maybe we should
What
go watch and
option
see if
do you
anything
take?
interesting is going to happen.
I'm asking. Dole said that his Discord crashed. If you haven't checked chat, it says now the database is down. I'm just asking him if he wants to, if he has any opinion on intervening or doing something before the hanging of Snake Eyes.
I like the idea that you're going to turn this guy in for the bounty and then break him out.
So yeah, this is like a the good, the bad, and the ugly kind of deal.
Why
Can we
would
get
we
paid
break him
twice?
out?
No, we wouldn't.
There's
We would
no
not
reason to
clout-
do that.
I am saying, do we want to ask him or talk to him or anything before he's literally dead forever? But I guess we probably got all we need out of him.
I mean, it might be useful to figure out like more information about who hired him, what he was doing transporting the creepy wizard and the creepy crystals.
I mean, I don't. If he's getting ready to be killed, I don't think he's going to be very forthcoming with information. Because
Yeah,
what does he
he's
have
got
to
no hope.
lose?
We'll put in a good word for you with the Elder Gods. Maybe you'll get to go to the good hell. The good tentacle hell. All right. No, I don't. Yeah, I don't think we would need to go watch or anything. But I don't know. What
There
else is there to do in this
definitely
town?
appears to be a pretty large crowd is heading in the direction of the murder square, execution square.
I think we should go to the execution
Maybe.
square.
sounds like a plot hook.
Yeah.
Yeah, somebody might show up who does want to rescue him.
Let's go to the murder square.
Do some thrilling heroics.
I agree.
All right. Where
right.
where is it, Brer?
It is happening in this right near the graveyard. Actually, there's a big open field here that the crowd is basically gathering.
Oh, Jesus Christ! I don't
And
remember where anything is.
this area here.
Oh, okay.
And
Oh,
there
this
appears
big
to be
square
a
up north by the Cobalt.
small murder stage set up here.
Oh,
There's some impromptu seating has been thrown up. Some stadium seating for the well-heeled folk in the city to look over top of the main crowds. So you see Prime Water and a couple of the other council members are sitting and watching, waiting for the execution to go off. Otherwise, there's a tremendous amount of people gathered. It looks like, looks like a few people are going to be happy that this guy is going to die.
Maybe we should see how this plays out.
tell Dole.
I'm gonna see if Dole is imminent.
He's. I think he's restarting.
So it may be hard to tell because people seem to be relatively excited, but does anybody stand out as being particularly like vigilant or maybe not participating as well, but like keeping an eye on the crowd as opposed to them, suspicious behavior?
There appears to be a very large, like there's definitely a lot of sailors. People dressed in like pretty simple cotton and canvas clothing.
He's been terrorizing the trade. All of the aquatic tradesmen, right, are probably pissed.
Yeah, so there's quite a lot of people that look like they're pretty happy to see him go.
But nobody who
Uh,
stands out as unusual, or
No, but you do notice that despite a crowd of this size, there are no red robes to be seen.
That sounds like a trap.
no noticeable, or it's gauche for their religion to be seen taking part in a public hanging. I don't know. Since they're all friendly and have an air of goodwill about them.
How far is this, like where the captain is from where we are?
You're probably about like 100 feet back.
All right. I mean, yeah, I have no intention of intervening or doing anything other than.
I would
protecting
like to move
ourselves.
within 80 feet. Can we say this is within 80 feet?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah. Mediator, there does appear to be a lot of vendors in the crowd selling various knickknacks and mementos of the hanging that somehow they've managed to prep virtually overnight. There's a few different models, some are pretty close to accurate of the gallows. Um, Definitely
Charming.
a lot of little wooden figurines with little pirate hats on them, and X's for the eyes. Just there's a general sense of joviality in the crowd, actually. Uh, that this guy is finally going to be uh, taken care of.
Got it. Okay.
That was us,
Sorry.
We got him. We brought him
They're,
in. Just
they're
like
definitely, yeah. So you guys are getting
nudging
a little
people in
bit
the
of like
crowd.
the so you're definitely getting like the occasional like cheer and pat on the back and stuff like that for people that are happy to. You're not quite heroes now, but some of the people in the crowd you actually are, because this guy's been involved in murdering their friends and family for a while now.
And if they're not part of the council or whatever, they don't know about our gaffes, probably.
No, exactly. So you guys are pretty much are at this point. There's a sort of a general swell of happiness around you in the crowd, actually, because word has gotten out that at least you're claiming it, and people have seen you working with the Owlins, and odds are you probably wouldn't be claiming it if you didn't have something to do with it, because the people that had something to do with it might have something to say about that. So the crowd is definitely giving you guys some cheering. Um, there's a pretty good show going on at the gallows. The pirate himself, he hasn't actually been pulled out yet, but they've done the test of the drop a couple of times with big sandbags, and every time the sandbag drops, the crowd roars. Um, there's a small building off behind the gallows where the prisoner is kept. And the hangman prepares the trapdoor one final time, and the prisoner is brought out. What the fuck is Dole? And there's a hush in the crowd.
Roll for hanging.
Roll for him.
See if you can make an athletics
So
check.
the pirate's brought up on stage now, and he looks fairly defiant. He kind of looks over the crowd and he says, "I've killed more than you in my life." The crowd
Ooh,
boos
that's
pretty
not going to
loud.
win us over.
No, the crowd definitely boos, and there's a couple of dirt tossers from up near the front who hurl a couple of clods of dirt and shit, and the hangman's a little bit pissed because he had to dodge one of them. Um, Whacks the prisoner in the back of the head and says, "The only words we want to hear are words of confession." And the pirate goes, "You'll not have anything from me." And as he steps forward into the noose, his eyes from where you're standing even appear to dilate. and first the whole eye appears to get larger in his face, and he sticks his
Would
own
you say
head
they're
through the
becoming
noose.
snake?
Like,
No, they're not. They're not becoming snake eyes.
Okay.
Uh, they are getting that kind of larger look, and they're actually kind of glowing now. He actually pushes his own head through the noose and looks to the hangman and says, "Get on with it." And he drops. And there's a crack. It's not the crack of his neck. The actual structure of the gallows breaks, and he lands in the below the stage where you cannot see.
I would like to sprint up
yep.
to the gallows. Can I do that?
Well, there's a pretty big crowd in between you and the gallows, so you'll have to roll athletics.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm doing the same, making a charge.
Athletics or acrobatics? Because I would be like,
Athletics. Well, you'd be trying to. Are you trying to run across the top of the crowd or push your way through the crowd?
I am trying to run across the top of the crowd like my monk woot, like my freaking
Yeah, I've seen that. I've seen that movie.
yeah, like that movie. And I have 40 feet of
roll.
movement, and then I want to dash 40 feet for my bonus with the key.
Okay, give me an acrobatics roll.
All right, and that is a 21
All right, and then give me a second acrobatics roll for your second mode.
for my dash.
Yeah.
And that is another 21.
All right, so you sprint across the top of the crowd. You fling yourself up, and you are pushing. You're basically like effortlessly flying across the top of the crowd. And you reach the stage very quickly. Pipe rifle. You start pushing your way through the crowd, but everybody's kind of rushing forward at the same time.
And freaking out about the bird running on their heads.
It's just a little too dense for you to push your way through, unfortunately, or to make any kind of great progress through. So you're moving forward in the crowd. You're definitely making progress, but you're not
speed
at like full speed ahead kind of thing.
Okay,
but you're still kind of like trampling a few people out of the way, shoving them out of the way.
Am I in the middle of this crowd, or where am I relative to the
I assume so,
current stampede?
If you were next to me, you're like 80 feet from the stage, but you're in the crowd.
Is everyone around me also stampeding?
Yeah, basically everybody's kind of pushing forward because they all want this guy to be dead.
I'm going to go in the I'm going to see if I can get out past the crowd in the opposite direction, so I get where not be in the bodies here.
Just get to the outskirts.
Yeah, I just want to get to like the outside of this crowd, not be in the middle of it.
Damn it.
Still restarting.
All right, so yeah, you're able to kind of give me an athletics check to see if you get bowled over by the crowd or
not. Okay.
Yes, a wizard's forte, athletics.
Motherfucker.
Do you have any luck left?
I mean, I have a fresh day of luck, but I mean, how stampede is this crowd?
Well, you're not making too much progress, but you're not getting trampled with that.
Okay, I'll allow it. It's fine.
All right.
I want to send my owl up to look, but I don't. But if I'm looking for the owl's eyes, that I'm deaf and blind.
You're definitely getting trampled at that point,
and I don't want to do that in stampede. So,
do I see anything in the hole? Like that'd be the first thing I do once I get up there.
Under control.
I'm also halfway to the stage. I'm not making very good progress.
Is the crowd considered difficult terrain?
Yes, it is.
Which we just force push a hole.
You see a pentagram that you have seen before, etched in blood, and a couple of crystals, and no pirate.
I look back and try and yell through the group. He's gone.
So I take
So-
it that nobody like searched the pirates. Assume that never happened.
Well, we searched the pirate. He didn't have anything. This had nothing to do with him. I mean, we turned him over to
Yeah.
the guard.
You actually
Whoever
didn't.
set up
You
the
actually didn't search the
Oh,
pirate,
I thought we did.
but this
They
isn't.
would have. He was in jail.
They would.
I
They
mean,
would have.
Yeah.
No. This wasn't his own escape. But yeah, nobody actually
So we should-
said that they were checking.
Dole can't log into Discord.
Oh, that's right, because we just kept locking him in the room, and then we.
It sounds like the login server is down or something.
Oh, bummer.
Just about it.
We're just about at the end of
Yeah.
today's session. So,
Yeah, I figured.
I was gonna say that's a pretty good stinger if it was a TV show. Like he looks out from under the cloth under the gallows, just he's gone. Ta-da.
yeah,
The
so, like,
crowd gasps.
We can push pause here because this will be. Yeah, there's.
It sounds like something might
pretty quickly.
have involved Dole or might want to involve. With the cult,
Did we level
I think.
up finishing the ship?
Yes, you are also
Okay.
turning him in and doing all of the pirate ship stuff has pushed you to level 5.
Okay, and then we watch like a cutscene of this hanging, and then done.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm really glad I
guess we could have
rolled
been
well
really
enough
late.
to get up there to that quick. That made me very
That was
happy.
that was pretty cool. So actually, because you got there that quickly, you saw the portal itself actually close, and the crystals sort of melt from or crumble, not but
One shot
power to
warp
kind of
crystals.
crumble it. Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
Ah, son of a bitch.
So
For all
we
our
will-
suspicions, we never thought, maybe we should check the gallows to see if there's any hidden traps for springing this pirate. Instead, we just flip out about every single human we meet being nefarious.
You never really had a chance to meet the gallows.
I was gonna say it's the ones you don't meet that are awesome.
Okay. Cool.
All right.
Very good.
Thanks, guys.
See what's up with level 5. Everybody make good choices.
See what's up in Fred Pyro, Florida, man.
I get a punch again. That's what I get.
You get another punch.
Well, I get another quarterstaff attack. So
yeah, I
now,
think most people get another auto attack, as me put it, and then but the spellcasters get cool.
Who needs auto attack?
oh, and I can also like stun people so they don't, so they have to skip their turn.
Ooh.
Shit, that's pretty good.
When I hit with a melee weapon, I spend 1 key point to make the target stunned until if it fails a con saving.
I guess we can have our characters built out for the next next session then.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Figure out how all your et ceteras are going to look, and we'll do next session.
So yeah, I can watch the video to find out what is going.
Don't worry about it.
All right.
You do some scrying.
Take it easy, guys.
Take
All
it
right,
easy, guys.
See ya.
Jesus.